Yo, what is going down, y'all? Welcome in the most underrated podcast, man. We are back. We are back, fellas.
We are back.
How you guys doing, man? The most underrated podcast, broadcasting from Most Underrated Studios. I'm your man, Thomas the Franchise, the homie Dow Palantonio chilling across from me. JJ Stringstein back at the end of the table from the fresh off the vacay. I'll just start with you, Stringer.
Man.
How was it, guy?
It was good.
You
First time.
Wait.
What?
Where did you go?
I went to
For the people that weren't-
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando. Okay.
Yeah, it's my
Yeah.
first time going.
Kicked it with the Monday midsole down there.
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
Um,
Wait, the real Polos and Jays?
The official.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The official Polos
Yeah.
and Jays.
Yeah.
Nice.
like I said, it was my first time going to Florida, and man, was it experience in itself.
Did you get weird while you were there? Because everybody knows Florida people.
Everyone
Florida's
else
weird, yeah.
got
little
weird.
jacked up. Everyone else did?
Yeah, there
Okay.
was some.
Like your family?
No.
Oh,
no,
everybody
just
else in
like
Florida.
So where we stayed was it was right across the street from Universal and City Walk and Islands of Adventure or Adventure Island or something like that.
Okay.
So it was a very big tourist attraction. So
Sure.
it makes sense. A lot of tourists are going to be there.
Yeah.
So I guess like the weirder people and the homeless people are going to try to probably take advantage of
Yeah.
all the tourists walking around.
Try to make some come ups.
Yeah,
I get
exactly. So there was just like some weird people, some weird homeless people we seen. Like we almost saw some dude getting in a fight. Some guy who looked like he just got like home from work or something, or just got off of work, was like begging for money. It was weird. Some dude, we were just driving down the street just to get to Walgreens, and some guy was driving head on towards us on the opposite side of the road.
Highway? Or is this
It was just a normal street. It was so
okay.
weird. We were just driving down the street. It had like a sort
Was
of
it a one-way?
curve.
Was he a little confused? Were you in a major metropolitan area? Sometimes it gets confusing. You take
No,
a little left and onto a one-way on accident.
No,
We've all done that.
No, it was just like
I took a Larry when I was trying to take a Reggie.
Trying to take a Roger,
and I
took
was,
a Larry.
I was a little confused.
Yeah, exactly.
we were on the right side of the road. This dude was on the wrong side, coming straight towards us.
Yeah,
and all
maybe
of a
he
sudden,
took a little wrong turn.
I don't know, man. That was just so weird.
So
Eh,
it's a guy going the wrong way in traffic. JJ, has you never seen that before?
No,
It's never happened to you in Parker?
no.
You don't go.
jeez.
You don't go downtown Denver.
Yeah, no shit. That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
It's an honest mistake.
I
It's
know,
an honest
but, like,
mistake.
At least it wasn't a guy riding a Lime scooter down a busy highway. Did you see that viral video?
Yes.
That fool's
I did.
trying to zig his way out the highway and merge. Not good. But go on with your story.
But all I'm saying is I could see where all those Florida man headlines come from. Like,
Oh,
just
yeah.
some of
It's
the
crazy
things you
down
kind
there.
of see.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy down
It's
there.
weird.
Everybody's on bath salts.
For sure.
Down there.
How were the parks?
Oh, it was
Which parks-
crazy.
which
So
parks did you hit?
We went to.
Did you see a big fight in the middle of Disneyland by chance? A guy beating up his girlfriend, dragging her down by the hair?
Oh, I saw the video. I wasn't there for
Oh,
it
you
though.
weren't there for that one? All right, cool. I was just making sure.
But no, we went to both. We went to Universal
Ridiculous.
and I think it's Adventure Island or something
Okay.
on the lines of that.
Those okay.
Yeah, I went to both. It was really cool. I will say, just not even going to the parks, City Walk as a whole. If you haven't been, City Walk is like, in my opinion, it's
In
like
your
a mini
young opinion.
Yes,
Yeah.
a mini
My young
Vegas
man's
strip.
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, young man's opinion, a little mini Vegas strip because it has some of the nicest restaurants,
Yeah.
all kinds of restaurants.
Nice.
Everything from Hard Rock, Chocolate Emporium. There was like an ESPN
Dude,
bar.
Dude,
there was like
I went to the
very-
Chocolate Emporium.
It's
in April.
so good.
It's like a Willy Wonka
Yeah.
kind of base restaurant.
Vibe, yeah.
But also, what's that new punk that what do they call it?
Steampunk.
Steampunk. There you go. It's a very steampunk design. The food there,
Punk. Isn't steampunk like mad old?
yeah, it's like a mad old, where they
It's like
they have
the
the
goggles
goggles and
and
the weird
it's
hats
very
and the
mechanical.
yeah. That's
yeah,
exactly what it is.
Why do you say new though?
Well, because it's
It's just
newly
trend.
newly
it's
popular.
trendy. Okay,
Trendy.
got
Yeah,
you.
newly
Okay,
popular.
I thought I wasn't saying
Dude,
that came from like.
Did you go there and eat?
Yes, it was.
The food was so bomb, huh?
The shakes were just
Yeah.
freaking
They're known
amazing.
for their shakes.
Like,
Oh,
oh my
okay.
gosh.
Dude, it's like a
Everything
shake,
chocolate.
and they got like candy, and they got like candy trees coming out the shakes. Like it's super sick.
Chocolate Emporium?
Yes.
It's
Huh, okay.
so
It's-
good.
it's
And then we went to that
amazing.
ESPN place. We went there, had a couple drinks, but this
Did you go to? Or sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
interrupt you. But did you go to Cowfish?
no, we didn't.
Dude.
Yeah.
That
So what
place
this is
so good.
So what this is it's a big walkway, right? City walk. And it's all these restaurants, all these shops that you can walk through and walk by, and you don't actually have to have your pass. So
You just
this
have
is
to go
this
through a
is like the
security gate.
pre-entrance
Oh, okay. Yeah.
to the actual passes, right?
From someone that is over the age of 21,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
could compare. Would you say
Yeah.
it's a
Only
mini,
by a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a mini Las Vegas Strip?
Yeah, there
Okay.
there are elements.
All
Yeah,
right.
there are
Stringer,
elements.
we'll
to
give
it.
you that
So, yeah.
one.
It's just what I mean by that. It just has that night vibe. Like
Yeah.
if you're out on
Lot
a
of
Friday
nightlife.
night and
Yeah.
want to go somewhere
Yeah.
kind of dope and
Yeah.
get some good food, that would be a cool place to go.
It's
Got
like 16th Street Mall times 500.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Maybe
okay.
times 1,000.
All right,
So
all
you
right.
do have the big lights
yeah.
and you have the TVs. So that really resembles, especially in the evening, the Vegas. You've got the the water fountains and all the different
Yeah,
water
you
that
got
you're walking
shows,
through.
and you got the parks,
Yeah.
and just various different things.
and it's like 3 times the price of any other restaurant. All those restaurants
right,
there.
right.
So yeah,
Right.
they be taxing just like
Nice.
Vegas. So yeah.
this is like universal, but
What is let me go back a little bit. What is cowfish?
cowfish is kind of like, I wouldn't say the same, but it's kind of the same idea as jaw burrito and how there's sushi burritos. Well, this is combining burgers and sushi together.
Okay.
So you could obviously just get sushi or you could just get a burger, but they have different types of burgers that they actually mix raw fish into your burgers.
Huh.
And for those
Yes.
reasons,
You're out.
I'm
Yes,
out.
I know.
Did you go
For
there?
that reason,
Yes. I just had sushi though because I love sushi, but yeah,
Oh,
it
so
was
you
a
didn't
dope
have
place.
one of the
No.
concoctions.
why didn't
so-
you have the concoction?
I don't know, man. I
You
just
didn't
was
think we
really
would want that info
I-
on the cast.
You
I
like
think
sushi.
Our
I
listeners-
know.
Yeah.
Now looking back, now I'm sorry. Okay.
You didn't think maybe somebody's
At the
listening, taking a
moment-
trip to Orlando. Maybe we should hit Cowfish, try some unique stuff. Oh, he just went there and got sushi. Well,
Yeah.
the sushi was really good. But
Yeah,
JJ,
the
haven't
sushi.
you heard?
Okay, the fact that
now let's
the
try
sushi,
jaw burrito.
I
Hey,
know.
While in Rome, haven't you ever heard that?
I know.
Okay.
Okay, just the fact that the sushi was good by itself, I can't imagine what the burger would taste like as well.
We can't either because we don't have your analysis.
Right, right.
I'm sorry.
A little jowl
And
analysis.
Yeah.
speaking of burgers too, I already
Little
told
string
Thomas
analysis.
about this, but at one of this kind of like
String analysis.
cafeteria, like diner setups, they had Beyond Burgers.
Oh yeah, yep. And
Have you seen what the stock's been doing since you were on vacation?
Yeah, he told me like shot up to 200.
Out of
or something
control.
like that.
out of control, dude?
Dude, Beyond Bacon on its way.
They're launching partnerships left and right, dude.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
crazy.
So, did you do Fast and Furious?
Yes.
Was it the worst?
For a fan who loves cars, loves Fast and Furious, loves that entire
Same.
franchise, can't wait for
Same.
Hobbs and Shaw to come out.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Was it really?
Dude,
wow.
It was
you walk
awful.
through like these
Okay,
mock...
so he's echoing your
Yeah.
sentiment.
you
Same
walk through
thing.
Dom Toretto's garage in so many different facets.
I will say
and-
this: when you like ride through the garage, they have some for a car fanatic.
Yeah.
They have some of the sickest cars ever,
Dude.
And that
some
were
of the
actually
sickest
in
cars.
the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
yes. But the thing is that without really knowing much about it, I was expecting. Should we kind of ruin the ride? I guess.
Yeah, do
yeah,
that.
for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was expecting to go in and maybe like ride in one of their cars, like kind of just like a fake version of
Yeah,
one
like
of the
a
cars in the
simulator
movies.
of their car.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. That isn't it. You get in a bus with like 20 different people.
Yeah.
You get into this bus and then you just kind of like essentially it's just a giant loop. You go through the garage like you saying, you
Yeah.
see the sweet cars, then you kind of see this giant kind of like movie screen showing like the party that's going down
Yeah.
and the feds show up and
Yeah.
you're supposed to
Yeah.
like
So it's Dom.
escape
So it's
Shaw, I
yeah.
think?
So it's Dom. It's Dom Toretto. He's throwing an after party.
Yes.
Is the premise? Is the
Okay.
concept of this? So you're walking through his garage, whatever. You're heading to the after
Dude,
party.
I'm glad you took the trip too, because I wasn't getting
Yeah.
a lot.
Sorry,
heavier.
my
So so then you get on this party bus, right? For the party that you're attending. This party bus all of a sudden turns dramatic. So you're having it's a simulator, so you're watching this screen and all of a sudden they're like, "Dude, Shaw's on the loose. We got to take him down. Team, are you ready for this?" It gets
Yeah.
really like stupid. And then it's all of a sudden
Sounds like a game
Yeah.
of laser tags.
yeah, all of a sudden this party bus turns into, oh my God, we're taking down Shaw.
Yeah.
So you're in this party bus, and the party bus is an actual simulator, right? So it simulates, when water sprays, it hits you in the face. You get all those actionable items.
Yeah.
But you're watching the Fast and Furious crew video take out Shaw. And you're in this bus just kind of watching these events happen. Tires are flying out, cars exploding, things, people are jumping
you're not
from
in the
place
middle
to
of
place.
it. You're in a bus.
You're in a
middle.
bus.
You're literally in the
You're
middle.
in the middle of it,
Yeah,
watching,
okay, gotcha.
watching it happen around you.
But
on the simulator.
nothing's really happening to you. And
Yeah.
like even the animation that goes on that you watch on both sides of the bus isn't even that great.
Yeah, has
Really?
nothing to do with you. You're almost just kind of
You're just
experiencing a movie
Yeah.
in a simulator,
You're there to be
like
there.
a movie scene.
Ah.
It's really weird.
Which is kind of crazy because some of the rides at Universal, like I get it, they make movies, so like they take advantage of it. But some of the rides were just literally just movies. It seemed like, especially their Shrek 4D. It was you sat down in a movie seat and you just watched this kind of like Halloween special. I'm pretty sure they had a while back.
Was it was it 3D good? Like any of the rides where you went and did the 3D stuff, was any of that good? Was any of that fun? Like I remember as a kid, I haven't been to these parks for years. But I remember as a kid, the 3D stuff was always super cool. It was always realistic.
It's
It always
4D
made
now.
my stomach drop. It made me feel like I was in something, moving around. To me, in my mind, I'm thinking, why couldn't they just put you in like a dope little Fast and Furious type car and put you in a situation like that where the car's kind of moving and it makes you feel like you're in the show, drifting around, doing some Tokyo drift, doing some whatever.
It would have been a lot better.
They
didn't do it.
Interesting.
But then you have
Is it because you can't fit as many people at once and the lines would just be outrageous?
Probably.
Going 4 people in a car or something like that?
But I did go to Simpsons 4D, and you are in these little cars, and you go,
so
and
it's
it's
doable
kind
then.
of like a roller coaster. So the whole thing drops, and it goes through all these events, and you're, with this 4D video that you're watching, you're actually in there. So when that drops, you drop. It all makes sense. So they do have rides like that. The Fast and Furious, we're just saying, just happens to be kind of a disappointment.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So then, explain to me what happened with your ear. You were telling us that you had some.
Oh, yeah.
You're having
So-
some like ear problems before the show. So you're like, hey, I might have to.
So I'm
sit
not
out
gonna.
the show.
I'm gonna like step out after this. But so a couple weeks ago, I went to the doctors. They told me that I had a giant. I was feeling like some pressure, and
This is
just some
before the
kind of,
trip?
like- yes, before the trip. I
Okay.
was feeling some pain in my ear, and I just went in to just get it checked up. And apparently, I had a giant ball of wax in my ear. So I kind of put me being the young millennial or Gen Z or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Let's just say the young
Decided to
stud.
procrastinate some things and just to like leave it off until the middle of my trip because come like I think Friday night it was just getting really bad and I was like crap, I just need to get it like fixed. So we decided to go to Walgreens. We got the little solution because it's like a little bottle with the like little small tip on it that you just drop in your ear, couple drops, you tilt your head to kind of like let it just break up all
Right. Dislodge it.
Yeah, exactly. So that happens. I kind of like lost my hearing when I did that. But when I woke up the next day, it was fine. My ear felt clean. It felt too good to be true, which it actually was too good to be true because that night I did it again because apparently you're supposed to do it like twice a day or something like that.
Yeah.
But I did it that night. It's the same thing. I lost the hearing in my left ear, and then I was like, well, yes, today it cleared out. By the time I woke up, I should go to bed. It'll be fine. No issues.
Good to go.
I woke up, it didn't go away. So I've been like
So you just went on
kind
the
of
trip with
partially deaf for the last 2 days.
Deaf too, not even deaf.
Deaf.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I don't have the sound clip anymore, Cat Williams. That would have been
Thank
good.
goodness. No. But I can't hear that well. I could barely hear this well. Like, I could barely hear on my right ear for some reason.
Well, thanks for braving it out after the trip, coming in, still doing the show. Got to give you some
That's
hand
why I was
claps
kind
for
of
that.
late too because I didn't hear my alarm. Someone had to come and get me to wake me up.
It's a nice job,
Give
JJ.
them some credit. I mean, for real.
Good job. Good job coming through.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
hopefully
being
I
here.
get it. My ears flushed out today. So
All right.
Even the goat can sometimes have ear problems.
I think that's what we've learned here on the cast.
Yeah.
Weekend wise, man, mine, dude.
Woo!
Check this out.
I am loaded.
Mine is not that loaded. I pretty much edited all weekend.
Yeah.
Did a bunch of work. Then the AC, dude. I've been having AC problems this year. I know.
I thought that was fixed like 2 weeks ago.
So here's the worst thing.
Ready.
So it's an issue with the drain. Like it's not draining the drip pan. So you have a coil in the up top on the top of your furnace. When you turn on your furnace, the AC kicks on outside, and then it pushes cold air in through that coil, and that's what cools your house. It's forced air. It's central air. It forces it through all the air units in your house. Well, that coil causes condensation. So down below, there's a little pan. It's like a drip pan. Goes in that pan, then it drains out of a condensation hose into your drain in your basement, whatever.
Like I have one at the house. You have this big white PVC that goes into a drain that's in your basement or whatever.
Exactly. So mine is like hooked up with like a, it's mine's not PVC, but it's like copper or whatever. Okay. So it's hooked up. I don't know what's going on, but my dad seems to think that it wasn't draining before. So he came over, fixed it, cleared it out, said it's draining, tested it, everything was fine, and it's been rocking fine. So initially, first of all, so what happens is, let me start from the beginning. When I bought this place, you have to select an HVAC man to come out and inspect your place, make sure the furnace is good, make sure the AC is good, whatever, and they'll report any problems before you buy the place. That way you can get it fixed. So you're required to do this inspection. My dad owns an heating and air conditioning company. He's been in the trade 30 years.
Should be no problem.
Who else am I going to call?
Right.
So, of course, I have my dad come over and do the inspection. Furnace was replaced in 2013 or something like that. AC's good. Just needs this one little piece, but everything else will be good, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. We get the AC. Everything's good to go. We charge them like $200 and $300 for the part that they need, and it gets repaired. Everything's good. I move in. Everything's been fine the past few years. Been fine. Like, this is the first year I have any issues with it. All of a sudden, the thing shuts off. It's not working. My dad comes over. He's like, oh, yeah, the fuse is fried. He looks and sees, then sees that water had been dripping down into the circuit board from that drip tray up top that is overfilling. So then he's like, oh, it's not draining correctly. It's causing this to overflow, which is causing it to short out down here below. That was when I heard like a huge bang and a pop a few weeks ago. I think I told you about that. Yeah. So he comes over, puts a whole new blower in. We put the new fuse. We get it fixed. Everything's good. Well, all of a sudden, it blows another fuse like a week later. And then that's when we find out about the drip thing. So we didn't know before. Now we find out, okay, it's getting clogged up. Sure. He comes over, unclogs it. Everything's fine. Now it's clogging up again, dude. I don't know like why the shit isn't draining. So I got a shop vac in there. I have to open the thing up, vacuum it out. I can turn the AC on and run it for like an hour, but I got to vacuum out the drip tray with the shop vac, dude. It's like, it's the most insane shit ever. So yeah, my weekend was not the tightest. I've been dealing with that all weekend too, trying to figure this out. And it's ridiculous because my dad's, this is his gig, dude. Like my dad's a repairman. Like I just want the thing fixed. I'll go pay somebody, and he's busy. He's got his own biz. So it's like, and he lives in the mountains. So it's like I can just be calling him and keep coming down like, hey dad, it's not working. Come on out. Come on through. I don't want to keep inconveniencing his day or messing his shit up, but I just want the thing to work. I don't know why it's not draining. I don't know what the issue is, So it's super frustrating, dude.
Yeah. Meanwhile, super hot.
Yeah. Hot, frustrating. So yeah, dude, like, kind of annoying over the weekend for sure. But yeah, other than that, man, that was the weekend.
Gotcha.
Weekend was cool. My lady made some bomb ass muffins, bomb ass breakfast. We cooked up some.
I saw some of that on your socials.
Story. Yep.
Yeah, looks pretty sick.
You saw us getting the food channel.
Freshly squeezed orange juice. Is that what that was?
Dude, yeah.
That looked fire.
Serious. That juicer is serious.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was fun, man. Yep, other than the AC. It was cool. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, you guys are really making me look good in front of Robin because I don't do any of that. She's like, oh man, franchise and his lady just be doing this together.
Oh, she's on the story?
Yeah.
My bad, guy.
Yeah, I'm just
trying to live. I'm just trying to live. I don't think, should I not post this content because Dallas's lady might see it and it might get him in the doghouse? I don't think about that.
I wouldn't think about it either.
But should I start?
I think you should invite Robin to live with you guys.
I don't know why that's funny. I probably shouldn't be laughing at that because I'm probably catch some slack.
Yeah,
some flack. I mean,
that
was your style. Some slack.
Some slack. Nice.
You cut people some slack. You don't catch slack.
You don't need to hang out with me too much.
Yeah,
you're gonna start talking really weird.
I'm gonna start messing.
I'm glad.
Things up
I'm glad
on
the goat over here hasn't really.
He's actually the sheep.
Infiltrate.
He's not the goat.
No doubt.
L on the way out.
Dang, is my laugh weird? I feel like I got some congestion. You hearing that?
Let me hear.
Hear that? JJ, you hear that?
The fact that JJ had no headphones in the studio.
He still hears it over here.
He heard it.
Not good. What's going on now?
Hilarious.
Allergy season.
Is that what it is?
I guess.
You've been mowing the grass?
I did yesterday. Half of it.
She's on your ass mowing the grass?
Mowing the grass.
What? Why was your weekend not that good? Other than
my weekend was super sick.
Oh well, you're making it sound like you were in trouble, or that
was about a half.
My
minute.
story messed up.
That was about a half hour of trouble. That's all.
Okay, so what's up? What'd you do?
Let's start off with my weekend.
Let's hear it.
My weekend was super sick.
Super sick.
Sorry, got really excited. You know what I mean? Pulling JJ's over here. God dang. Welcome back. here's the deal. So ours started off pretty good, right? You know, you and I, we hung out on Thursday.
Yes.
We did a little featured footage.
Yes.
This should be coming out probably today, maybe
I'm
tomorrow?
going to Winter Park right after the cast today,
Okay.
but I'm still going to try to get it uploaded tonight.
Okay.
So I'm doing a little mountain biking tomorrow.
Yeah.
Womp, womp, womp.
That's
I don't know why I made motorcycle sounds.
Well, it's fine.
I don't know why I did that when I said mountain biking and I like revved up a clutch. I'm like over here popping the clutch and shit. What am I doing? Embarrassing. Anyway, yeah, I'm going
all
mountain
good.
biking. There actually is no motor.
I think that's sweet.
They clip your bike onto the lift.
Right.
Ride you up to the top and then you just ride down.
Ride down.
It's going to be badass. Me and the homie Vitzer.
That should be a good time, man. So Thursday, so we went to training camp, so we'll have some featured footage on that. We'll have some of the sneaker collection of mine on there.
Yep,
Should be
part
super
one
sick.
of Dallas
Part
Palantonio's.
one.
It's going to be like an old school vlog too. If
Yeah.
you're subscribed to the Patreon, $10, $10 tier includes the featured footage. You'll get, we actually dropped on a surprise. The last cast, we recorded some audio before the show. We just kind of let the mics run while we were prepping and everything there. We put that audio up. We got a lot of good feedback. People really enjoyed that extra content. They love the realness of the conversation and what goes on behind the scenes before we actually push record on the show.
Yeah.
So that's in there already. This one is going to be vlog style. It's going to be, we went to Bronco training camp. We got on the camera, talked some shit, filmed some training camp. And then we went and filmed the first half of your sneaker collection.
Sick.
And that is going to be up there as well. So hopefully we'll have that up tomorrow. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to make sure everyone knew what was coming and give them the full rundown. So we're not having a half conversation with the audience and they're like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, I love it.
So go ahead.
So that was Thursday. So going into Friday, had to work, during the day, no problem there. But I had pretty good plans for that evening. Me and Jev got together, man.
Nice.
And we went and saw one of our favorite 90s bands.
Okay.
A band called Candlebox. Are you familiar?
Oh, wow. I'm familiar, but I only know like the Far Behind joint.
Yeah. Well, that obviously is their biggest hit.
Let's,
Great hit. But the reason why this was such a big show is because they've had like 5 or 6 albums, throughout their career. And they're still together, not the original members. So I can get into a little bit of that, but they were celebrating the 25th anniversary.
just like Hootie.
Yeah,
Just like
25th
Hootie.
anniversary
Okay.
of their first album, the self-titled Candlebox album. So they played every song from that, start to finish.
Nice.
Now, they did mix it up just a little bit. So halfway through the album, they started playing I think they played 4 of their newer songs.
Okay.
Or just, went through some of their other discography, right? So it was good. And it was nice, I guess, that it kind of broke things up a little bit. But, dude, that first album is just a staple, man. Like, there's not a bad song. It's just like Cracked Review with Hootie. There's not a bad song. It's like a greatest hits album. And you just don't see that anymore with music this day. That's why people mostly just do EPs, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of full albums that these people are dropping. But, dude, so it was at the Summit Music Hall. Are you familiar with the Summit Music Hall?
I'm familiar with it. I've only been inside, not when a concert's going on. Though.
Oh.
You've never been to an actual show there.
Okay.
I was supposed to perform there.
Oh, so you wouldn't know anything about this then. So check
No.
this out. So the Summit Music Hall had a one-time universal design, right?
Yeah.
They actually shut Summit Music Hall down, I think, for like a week or something. And I hadn't been there since that shutdown and the reopening. They shut down to do a full remodel in there. Dude, it's incredible from what it was. So
How long ago was this? And for anyone who doesn't know, Summit Music Hall is
Yeah.
a small venue downtown. What do you think that thing seats? 1,200?
Probably. At the
1,000?
most. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say 1,000.
It's
Between
a tiny, intimate venue.
super sick. And it's
Downtown.
like just a 3-minute walk from Coors Stadium.
Yeah,
So it's
right
like
over by Coors Field.
It's in the mecca of downtown.
Lake Street.
So super cool. Got a couple bars down there. One
Oh,
Up.
right over by Bait, dude.
One
It's
Up. Yeah, One Up is right there
A
as
block
well.
away from Bait, One Up.
Yeah,
all
like
that stuff.
3 stores down from
Yep.
from Bait. But so great location. But they just did a remodel, and I guess that probably would have been about 4 to 6 months ago. And I had been there a lot. Like, I love the Summit. It's super intimate, super great to see a show there. The problem was they had this staircase like center of the actual crowd that was just to the right. And like, you could go down there and kind of sit down. You could kind of duck under it, and not a lot of people want to be in there. So it's kind of a place on the sneaks.
Yeah.
They removed that whole thing. They removed the stairway. So now you have a way more open setting,
Nice.
center area there. They also remodeled the bathrooms. Like before, you had two urinals and I think like 1 or 2 stalls for the guys' bathroom, which in the girls' bathroom, I don't know because I never went in, but I think you probably had 2 or 3 stalls. Not enough, right? For that many people?
Yeah.
That's not enough.
Right.
So now, dude, with that remodel, they also did the bathrooms, and the guys have like 6 urinals, dude, and like 2 or 3 stalls. So like you can get in, you can get out. It's efficient. The design, just holds the people better. They also do have a balcony now, which I think they did before, but it wasn't like this. It's the balcony like the Ogden. You remember the Ogden Theater?
For sure.
So like you can actually pay extra, and I think it's like super limited
Bluebirds
season.
like that too. Yeah,
seating up there, but that was really nice. And then on the far right side of the stage, they actually have a reserved tabletops. That you can get, and pay a little extra for. And then that's where the merch used to be. So now the merch is on the other side. But man, the design is super cool,
super
man.
Sick.
So
Summit
is now one of my favorite places to see a show. And the fact that I got to see one of my favorite bands.
How was the show? Were they good?
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. Better than Third Eye Blind.
Unbelievable,
Didn't karaoke it.
Dude, this
had a great show.
This might be one of the best shows that I've seen in at least the last 5 years.
Wow.
And the reason I say that is, so Kevin Martin is the lead singer of Candlebox. He turns 50 this year. So his voice is better than ever.
Oh, wow.
His voice is better than it's ever been.
Really?
And when you can do it live, when you're sweating, a lot of bands coming to Denver, dude, the higher elevation.
For sure. Bands
people
struggle here.
Suck here sometimes.
Yeah, struggle.
And it's just that, people are taking the oxygen hits and between their sets and their songs. This guy kept going, and he was hitting notes like,
and that's when you know you can really do it. Like you said, not only when you're in Denver, but when you're on stage in front of a crowd live, you're, like you said, sweating, you're jumping around, you're amped up. Yeah. You're using everything you have. And dude, there's been rap shows where I'm not even singing, I'm rapping, and I'm having trouble because of the pace of the crowd or the beat, whatever, you're bouncing to the shit, and you start losing your breath, and you're like just looking at your hype man praying that he's going to get the end of the sentence so you can come in, so you can take a deep breath and then be able to punch in fresh on the next line, So to be able to sing like that where there is no hype man, there is no anything else backing you up here in Denver at the intimate venue where you can hear everything. Super cool.
Dude, and he was just note for note spot on. And he did have a little bit of crowd help, at certain times of the chorus. But this guy jumps back in, takes control, takes the reins, dude. Just killed it, man. I was super happy, especially me being a 90s guy, man. To see these bands, usually you're kind of seeing their downward spiral a little bit. Like, hey, yeah, we're promoting something. We're having an anniversary tour. We're getting kind of old. These guys were out there. Yeah. These guys were out there to fucking get business done. And they took care of business. So Jevin and I, dude, were super pumped, man. It was a super great night. We had like 4 or 5 beers each, dude. Man, I can't think of a better night. Okay. Robin wasn't able to join us. Yep. What happened was my my lack of planning sometimes gets me in trouble, but I can also make up for it sometimes because, there's other options. Mm-hmm. That being said, the show sold out. So I'm trying to get a ticket like a week before. It's all sold out. I can't do anything. I'm going to leave Jev hanging? No, not what I'm going to do. So I go to StubHub. I go to StubHub, and there's one single ticket. One ticket on StubHub. Okay. 3 days before the show. Okay. Of course, I buy it. Yeah. I asked Robin, I said, hey, is this worth it to go? Because the ticket was originally $30. I think it was like $30 for, the whatever ticket.
General admission.
Yeah. I ended up paying damn near 70.
Oh shit.
After taxes and fees and all that bullshit, you know what I mean?
Dude. Waiting got you. The procrastination.
And I wasn't even upset about it. I was like, well, you know what? It's one of my favorites. Even if they don't do so well, man, at least I got to see him. This is the type of band that you just may not see, that much longer or in the future. So I was like, whatever, $70, man. Have a good time with my boy. I said, Robin, if I can find you a ticket, is it worth it to you? She's like, oh, babe, I really only like Far Behind. So,
oh, nice.
So I'm like, all right, well, cool. So it's guys' night. She's like, yeah, that's cool. Next day, she's hitting me up while I'm at work. She's like, babe, I really got to thinking about it. I really like to go to that show.
Dang, here we go.
And so then I start looking for tickets, whatever. Nothing.
Yep. Can't find any.
Nothing available.
Wow.
Throughout the whole day. Nothing.
Was she mad then?
No, she was okay, man. She's like, it is what it is. No problem. At least I'll have Raina the TV at the house tonight because you're always watching sports.
Okay, so then the show Friday. It sounds like you made it up. You made it up to her. You kicked it the rest of the weekend, or the rest of the weekend you said you had a badass weekend.
Yeah, man. So Saturday I worked all day. She had the day off. She was able to do some things early with the dog, and then she went and did her gym stuff and fitness stuff that she just loves. I think she has a couple buddies that she mixes with that, and they go to these specialized gym. Like it's almost like a boot camp gyms. I don't know why you do that. That sounds horrible, but they love it. They eat it up. That being said, that night we went to a place called Post Brewery. Dude, off of Broadway, and it's near Certified, your old location of where you used to work there. So it's just south of there. Man, it's like a dive chicken bar, if you can kind of think of what that looks like. So it's a bar, a brewery, but dude, they serve some of the best homestyle fried chicken that you can get.
But it's not the dive in.
It is not the dive in.
Just jack the dive in's
kind
motto
of.
there.
Yeah, kind of. It doesn't look the same, but
if it looked the same, then I'd say they really jacked the dive
they
in.
really jacked it, right?
Because the dive in was already a bar chicken spot in the back.
Yeah.
Over there, right on Broadway.
Yeah, this is a little nicer than maybe a bar. It's almost like almost looks like a bar cafeteria.
Okay.
Kind of combined. That's
So
kind of
this
what it
was
looks
good?
like in there. Oh, dude.
Fire.
Some of the best chicken I have ever had.
Wow.
Dude. Succulent.
Wow.
Moist.
Wow.
You know, the outside crunchy.
all
Good.
All the adjectives there.
Adjectives. You
Good.
bet. And then we also got, what else did we get with it? We got the mac and cheese, which was super good, man. I think it was like jalapeno mac and cheese. It was fire, literally, for sure. And then we got, what else did we get? We got some tater salad.
Okay.
Not potato salad.
Yeah.
Tater salad.
So how did all this sit on Sunday then?
Sunday.
Said something about a hike.
Yeah. So then Sunday, I spent some more time filling up the love tank.
And?
We went to Castlewood Canyon. Had a great
I don't
hike.
even know what that is.
Took the dogs. Had a great hike.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Dogs.
Dog.
Okay.
Took the dog.
Habit.
Yep, no doubt. Miss him.
That's still good though. You got to say the dogs.
Miss my boy. Yeah,
you
for
gotta
sure,
say
man.
Just took the dogs. So then you go on the hike.
January 2018. Worst day of my life.
Worst
Miss
day.
him.
There it is.
So we go on a hike, Castlewood Canyon. So it's South Denver.
Okay.
So kind of near, have you ever heard Franktown?
No.
So Highway 83, Parker. If you take Parker Road
I know Franktown.
south,
Yeah.
turns into
Okay.
Highway 83, Franktown. There's one bar there called the Stagecoach, kind of a pillar there in Franktown. You go a little further, then you get into Castlewood Canyon.
Did you wear the Kygers? That's the big info.
I did not actually wear the Kygers
geez.
because I can't figure out what I want to do with those, man. Dude, they don't fit.
We're talking about the off-white Terra Kyger, the hiking joints, the spikes on the bottom.
They are so narrow.
So you went true to size. You definitely think you got to go half up.
You got to go
Mine
half
fit
up.
fine because we, the homie, the Philly plug, got him in a 14, which is a 12 and a half.
Yeah.
But yours is like a 10. And you're just saying there.
Mine's 11 and a half, 10 in men's, and
cramping.
they are just too wide.
Gotcha.
And I think obviously because it's a women's silhouette, I have to say that's probably the biggest reason why it's a little bit more narrow, because I probably could do those.
If somebody's got a 10 and a half, a men's 10 and a half, which is a women's 12,
You got it.
hit Dow Palantonio up. Do a size swap.
I need
Maybe you
those.
can swap it. We're trying to create content here. I'm trying to get this guy to go do the hiking in the shoes so we can get a good quality review. It's funny. Everyone I've seen doing reviews on YouTube and stuff, I've seen people doing reviews and they're talking about comfort. They're talking about comparing. Like, what are we talking about? This is not a shoe for comfort. It's not made for comfort. This isn't made to be standing around all this. It's a trail rated running shoe.
Mm-hmm.
It's for running on trail. It's not for standing around at a music festival. We talked about that. I was going to wear them to Fiddler's Green that night because it started raining.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, if I was on the hill, that would have been tight. But other than that, it would have served no purpose to wear these to a concert tonight.
Correct.
Because I would have been like, what? They're not that comfortable. This is not that good of a shoe. For what? I'm standing here. I'm not using the purpose of the shoe.
Yeah.
So we're trying to use the purpose of the shoe. You got a shoe that doesn't fit.
Yeah.
It's just squeezing the life out of your toe.
Oh, it's the worst. No, the arch.
Oh, the arch.
I've got
Interesting.
room in the toe. That's what's interesting.
Oh.
But because of that narrowness.
So you want to go a half size up just to get more width.
Oh, dude.
Insane.
I have to. And
Wow.
I don't have a wide foot. I've got a very standard
And you
foot.
unlaced them all the way?
Oh,
You
dude.
pulled them all out? You're
For sure. The hoe laces are.
Because I remember even on mine.
The
I
hoe
pulled them
laces are as unlaced as possible.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
But that being said, I do have a shoe that is built specifically for this adventure yesterday, and I also use it for my disc golf shoe.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you ever heard of the Raven Trail Boost?
No.
It's a women's shoe, and I can go true to size in this. So
Did we look at this in the collection video the other day?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Because we haven't done my Adidas
right,
yet.
That's right.
So
we did all Nike in part one.
You bet.
Nike and some Converse and some extra stuff, but most of the Nike.
This is what I wore.
You own those?
I own those.
I didn't even know you owned those. I just remember Teddy owning those with a bunch of dog hair all over them.
No, these are different.
Those are different than the ones he owns.
He owns the Kith.
Oh, the Kith joint.
The Kith
That's
Trail
right.
Boost,
That
which I
looks
had,
looks
and I've
similar.
sold those. I didn't need them.
Okay.
This, however, is very similar. It's a women's shoe. It's got kind of your navy upper. It's got obviously the ATR stripping in there. The pink lace locks, and it's actually got the trail lock. So
I see that. Yeah.
What lacing system would you call that? Like almost like a boa,
dude. It's almost like any North Face trail running shoe you've ever seen.
How do you say it? Solomon,
dude. Yes,
dude. You remember
Great
those?
Call. Give me some on that.
Those
Nice
Solomon joints,
Solomon,
man. That
yeah.
lacing system, where they
Yep.
don't come untied, and you've got this little piece that slides down and locks it in place.
Locks it down.
Dude, this is great. Dude, I've used ATRs, just the Ultra Boost ATRs hiking in the past. They don't lock you in because you have the prime knit. Dude, you're gonna roll an ankle with those because the prime knit's so thin. They're comfortable. The sole works great. Dog, these have lock-in. They have protective barriers to not let moisture in there. They've got the boost, and all you see here is the boost kind of in that middle of the shoe to the back.
Yeah.
The boost actually goes through the whole shoe, and you can see that on the bottom side. You have a full Continental outsole, and these are some of the ridgiest outsoles. It almost looks like a Pharrell. Like some of the Pharrell trails, like the Afro Solar Pack or whatever. It looks like that type of trail, but it has boost throughout the whole entire shoe. You have the lockdown, which is super nice. Dude, one of the best outdoor hiking, biking, walking, disc golfing
dude, I don't
shoes
know.
I've ever had.
That looks like a damn Michelin tire on the bottom of that
does.
thing. That thing's meaty, bro.
It is grippy
Springsteen,
as
we need
shit.
to have you put this on the
Check this
put
out.
this up on YouTube. Just text Al later and get
Yeah.
that picture so you can put it up on the video because we're talking about the shoe. But
Everybody needs that shoe. If you're trying to hike, dude,
that's the one. Huh?
I kind of liked hiking yesterday, not because it was beautiful. I got to spend some time with the dog and Robin, and it was great. Dude, I might like hiking now. The gear makes a big difference.
It does.
It changed my
the
life.
gear makes a big difference in everything. Let me tell you. That's what's funny to me when people are like,
tell me.
Not about where they're like, clown you for a big sneaker collection or clown you for wearing this or clown you for these kind of cleats, whatever. Like I'm always by the mantra, look good, feel good, play good. Like that shit is the truth.
Yeah.
And I'm not like, I get it. Not everyone can, especially at a young age, maybe you don't got the money to look good. Maybe you don't got that was my parents. I was getting the basics. I was getting some basic cleats. When I was first starting out, before I was like doing well in athletics, I wasn't getting no nice shit.
Right.
It was all basics, man. Mm-hmm. But it does make an impact when all of a sudden you get that Jordan shoe for basketball, when you get that Nike cleat, when you get those gloves, when you have that, like for you in this instance, hiking shoe, the right fit, it just does something to you. It amps you up a little bit. It makes you feel a little better. It makes you go a little harder. And I couldn't agree more on the gear.
Yeah.
300%. The gear matters, dude.
So hiking was good. And dude, they had
So you're in now.
They had some pretty slippery rocks and
How long was the hike?
I think it was between 1 and 2 miles. So it wasn't anything crazy because Robin
that's
knows
perfect, dude.
hey, don't overtax me.
Just dip the toe.
Because I'm not a big fan.
Yep.
That's
me.
Ease me into the shit, okay? And I'm staring her dead in her eyes like I am with you.
Yeah, it's scary.
Ease into this.
All right.
Okay.
I've never seen you get this serious. A little nervous.
Cool. So
thanks for breaking eye contact.
Yeah.
Scaring the shit out of me.
No doubt. So no, it was good, man. But there were some technical parts of the hike.
Really?
And like our dog, 120 pounds. It's a big dog.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about it being overtaxed and that kind of stuff. Oh man, this dog just dug it.
Having
it was
fun?
jumping rock to rock.
Water, creeks and stuff, any streams?
Oh yeah, you had
Nice.
to because our dog is
He's a
fully
drink
black.
guy,
So
yeah.
like that,
He's that
sun,
drink.
he's got to get that water break. So he just literally frog styles in the water, dude, and just lays it
How fun.
and gets the belly all wet and whatnot. So man, he just loved it, man. So it's good to be a part of that, but. There were some technical elements to the hike, man. And I'm like, shit, man, I wonder how some of these old fools are doing it because you have the people with canes and shit that are doing it. That being said, there's a part to it that resembles the incline in Manitou.
Okay.
I lost my breath a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little bit.
Did you and Robin do a test? Because you guys are going to race up the incline.
Yeah.
When we do the incline, you guys have a side bet.
Yeah.
That she can beat you up the incline. So did you guys do a little...
I didn't, and I'm willing to admit that she's going to tear my ass up.
Oh.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Dude, I'm going to lose my melons. I'm going to lose my money. I'm going to lose respect.
Yes. Put some respect on it.
I can't wait.
That's going to be...
I'm going down.
Oh, I can't wait to put that
I'm going down, baby.
Nice one.
Not good.
Nice one. That was good. I'll give you some credit.
Give him some fucking credit.
I'll give you a little bit.
real.
I'll give you a little bit of
Give
credit
them
on that one.
some credit. I mean,
So yeah, that was my weekend, man.
That's cool. Sounds fun.
I was busy.
Sounds great.
Now I'm back to work today.
Sounds like good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that before the show.
Yeah, we did.
We're getting the stuff going. We're getting the Patreon tiers adjusted.
Franchise says, hey,
We're getting
man,
some stuff working.
are we going to sink or swim here? What are you going to do, Dal?
I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of this show.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of good things coming, man. A lot of good things in the works. Really, really excited about it. Let's jump into a couple different topics today. I thought to myself over the weekend, I was going back and forth on this a couple different times. Should we talk fantasy? Is it too early to talk fantasy? And I think it is. I think it's just a little too early.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a couple weeks early. Let's see who gets hurt in camp.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens in camp.
Which
Let's
we should
see a couple preseason games.
We should probably talk a little bit about that for sure. Because, man, there's some broken teams already.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, we'll get into some.
go on.
Yeah. Let's so we'll cover some training camp injuries. We'll talk about training camp opening. We got Mueller joining us on the phone for UFC 239. We'll recap that for you, the main card. I want to talk some NFL futures, maybe some gambling things that we
Wait, was it 239 or is it 240? It was 240.
240.
240.
Sorry.
Yep.
239 was the last one.
You bet. 240.
We'll have him break that down. The Frankie Edgar versus Max Holloway, the main event there.
That's
you
a
had
big one.
Cyborg on the card as well.
Yeah.
We'll talk all about that. But yeah, let's just start with camp, man.
Oof.
Camp opening up.
Yeah.
We're not going to do fantasy on the show, like I said, because we still have a while. I mean, you guys still have them. You're not going to be drafting until this time next month, the end of August. If you're doing your draft early August, mid-August.
Amateur hour.
Yeah, you want to be doing that shit late.
I'm not going to be a part of that
having
league.
players that, how many leagues are you in, by the way?
I think I'm going to do 6 again this year.
Gosh, dude, me too. 6 or I might be 7.
7?
Maybe.
Wow.
I think
you going to do
that's the
Pena's
cap.
league?
That's
the 7?
Dude, that's an Elway. I got to put a capper on the Elway.
Yeah,
I can't go over 7.
There's no way.
That's
I know
too
you don't have a
many.
job, but still. That's too many.
I have a feeling I got some inside tips from my boy Jay Knuckles, who actually plays he does this shit for a living, like
really?
DraftKings and stuff. So I got some inside tips from him. I'm about to be crushing it on DraftKings this year. I think I'm about to make that another income.
Sick.
I'm hoping.
Wow.
And I think we're going to get Knuckles on the show once a week, I think, during the season to break down some DraftKings shit. I think it'll be fun to talk to him. He can give us, he's not going to give away, because, I mean, this guy takes down big tournaments. He's not going to give us his whole roster.
Right.
But if we can get a guy or two out of him that he really likes that weekend.
Yeah, maybe like the biggest sleeper.
Right.
Yeah.
And we were even talking about, he is actually, I think, maybe possibly starting a handicapping service where he's going to start giving out DraftKings rosters for the weekend. He's going to have a package that you can subscribe to per month. He'll give you...
It's like an add to cart service for fantasy versus shoes.
Sick, though.
I like it.
Dude, honestly, like, that's the thing. I told him, I was like, dude, that would make a ton of money, especially if you're hitting the way you are. You're obviously making a ton of money on DraftKings doing well. Yeah. So if you're giving out plays, it's taking away from your money or maybe what you're winning because you're giving out your information. But if that's a subscription-based service and people are winning on it, I would be willing to pay for a service I'm winning money on. You know what I mean? Like, if it's costing me $50 a month or whatever it is, I would be willing to pay that.
Right.
Considering if I'm bringing in a couple $100 a month, it's part of the course. You know, it's part of the investment. You're doing that to invest in fantasy and make money.
You bet.
So I think having him on would be interesting. So I'm going to reach out to him, maybe get him on within the next few weeks, and we'll kind of start talking DraftKings, and then we can have him on throughout the season.
Dope.
As we do DraftKings there. Training camps.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of injuries so far. Let's kind of run down some of the injuries. And then I was going to pull some sound. I had some issues finding some of the sound bites that I wanted. So I might play just a couple pieces of sound, but let's break down some training camp, early impressions in training camp, and kind of go around and talk about the big headlines there. It's outside of the arrivals. I don't give a shit. People pulling up in Brinks trucks and hot air balloons and big rigs. And,
totally.
Who cares? Like, what are we doing, guys?
Go figure. I wouldn't expect anything less from Antonio Brown and Jalen Ramsey.
For sure.
You know. So I think the first one that I want to talk about, and it's probably the most recent one, AJ Green. Torn ligaments within the ankle, supposedly sidelined at least 6 to 8 weeks, which puts him missing, obviously, week 1, possibly week 2.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Like I said, I think the Bengals are going to be absolutely terrible. Said this on the last show. We just dropped a highlight video of the segment we did. Kind of chopped it down, just give people a quick little, 20-minute video they can watch. We talked about it in there. Bengals are not going to be good.
Yeah.
AJ Green is not going to give them more wins than less wins. It doesn't matter to me.
Right.
The offensive line is so bad there that the receiving core, everything's bad. Tight ends are bad. The line's bad. I mean, if
the quarterback's bad.
I mean,
the red rifle?
I wouldn't say he's the worst in the league.
No.
But he's not, he's not Aaron Rodgers.
He's not that guy you want in to win you the game. He's
so
just not.
For me, it's not a make or break. They're not making the playoffs anyways. I have them under 6 wins. Doesn't matter.
I think I do too.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that.
Doesn't matter. Yep. That's where I go on that one. Who's up next?
I think it just sucks for fantasy. You know? Because he's going to get catches because they have nothing else to work with. But that also makes me think.
I don't think he's been elite the past few seasons, though, dude. Let's be real. I don't know if the guy's been elite fantasy wide receiver since Marvin Jones left.
He's been hurt on and off the last 2 seasons.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? So
that was the last. Think about when Marvin Jones was there. That was the last real. Maybe the year after he was good, but after that, he's kind of gone down like the past 3 seasons.
So then, really, all you have left is Tyler Boyd, and then you go back to your running back, Joe Mixon. Do you go heavy on Joe Mixon in fantasy this year? Because they really have nothing to work with.
I don't know about heavy.
Yeah. He's definitely a 4th round.
It's bad O-line though, dude.
Yeah.
It's like taking a Dolphins running back. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like it's nothing against Kenyon Drake, but I just don't think the Dolphins line. I think he's gonna have anywhere to go.
Right.
He's not gonna have any room. So that's the thing when you're looking at these running backs and you're drafting for fantasy too, man. You got to look at their offensive line. Mm-hmm. If they have a bad O-line, it doesn't matter how many carries they're gonna get. You know, Go ahead.
Yeah, they're not going to get anywhere.
Right. Not going to get anywhere at all. So let me, okay, who's next after AJ Green? What's the next big injury in training camp that we have?
I think another big one, let's just go right into the Giants. I think the Giants have a lot of issues. They've had one of the worst training camps probably that I can remember, right? Yeah. So not only did you lose Odell, obviously in the offseason, and I'm sure he's going to do big things with the Browns, but let's talk about this. So the next best receiver, arguably, should be Sterling Shepard. Well, so he is out with a fractured thumb. So we're talking another 6 to 8 weeks probably for him. So again, week 1, week 2, is questionable for him. So receiving core is already beat up, right? So they have Ingram. Evan Ingram? Yep. as a tight end though, I think, right?
Yeah, he is tight end. Yeah.
So they had those 2 people that in theory would hold down obviously the receiving
for sure.
Structure of any sort. But now you have Sterling Shepard out with a fractured thumb, and then this past weekend, then Corey Coleman goes out with a torn ACL.
Saw that.
So not only did it make things worse, right? So you have Eli coming to the last year of his contract. They don't look like they're going to re-sign him by any stretch, and I wouldn't either.
No.
And then you also have, Daniel Jones?
What's another? That's what I was going to say.
Horrible in his pressers.
Dude, I was trying to pull the sound up from last night. I couldn't find it, but it was bad. It was borderline. The kid just looked scared.
Yeah.
And then, dude, you're in New York, in front of the New York media, and all he could say was, just trying to get better.
Just trying to get better.
Got to get better every day.
Yeah.
Just trying to get better.
Trying to build the core.
And I was just like, man, this guy not only looks soft, this guy, dude, Drew Lock is showing more leadership there. Have you seen Drew Lock in the press conferences?
Yeah.
Dude, he looks poised. He looks like he wants to be there. He looks like he's ready to work hard. He doesn't look like the shoes are too big for him, but also the Broncos are not rushing him. Maybe Daniel Jones feels rushed by the Giants.
Right.
I don't know. Broncos are definitely not rushing him. Flacco's the guy. He's going to be the guy. Drew Lock's over here. He's in the background developing. You know what I mean? There's no chance Drew Lock is going to be brought in as the starter this year unless something catastrophic happens with Joe Flacco and Kevin Hogan if he's on the roster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drew Lock is stashed away.
He's the guy. I think to put a capper on the Giants, then you also look at their newly acquired receiver, Golden Tate.
Well, that's what I was going to say with the suspension there.
Yeah.
So, but again, none of it, let's be real, let's be clear, none of this really matters. I don't think this team's making the playoffs anyway.
Right.
I would be, I don't think Eli's going to get benched.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do that again.
Right.
Already done that experiment. What's the point?
Yeah, totally.
But so I don't think it's going to be that situation, but I don't think they're going to be good, dude.
Yeah.
And so what's up with Golden Tate? Break down the fertility drug suspension.
Well, yeah, this is an interesting. So, so I'm trying to think what the actual suspension was. Give me 1 second here. So it sounds like it's not a PED, it's a PES, so performance enhancing substance, right? So it's not an actual PED. So what I'm seeing now, this is from Golden Tate himself. So I don't know how much validity one takes into this.
Read the statement and I'll tell you why it's banned.
Yeah. But the statement goes as follows. This past April, during the off-season, my wife and I decided to see a specialist for fertility planning. I started the treatment prescribed to me, and just days later, I discovered it contained an ingredient that is on the league's banned substance list. I immediately discontinued use. I reported this situation to the independent administration of the NFL policy on performance-enhancing substances, and I spoke with my coaches and general manager. I did all of this well before a failed test was even confirmed. Per NFL protocol, an initial suspension was imminent, but myself and the Giants organization are confident in the facts and eagerly await my appeal to put this behind us. During the entirety of my 10-year career, I've taken great pride in playing this game the right way. I have been an ambassador for the NFL, and I've never had any issues with the league's policy. The treatment this past April had no effect on the upcoming season. I did not and could not have undergone this treatment in April for any competitive advantage. I deeply appreciate the support from the New York Giants organization and will continue to hold the highest level of character and integrity while being a leader in the locker room. In respect to the team and my teammates, I won't be speaking on this again until after the appeal. I'm focusing on football and will not let this be a distraction.
Here's what I'll say. I like what he did there. I like that he checked with the league and all that stuff. Yeah. I understand.
Communicated to his organization, to his people, to his team.
I think he's right. Here's what I don't think is going to happen. I don't think he's going to get the appeal to go
He's not going to win the appeal.
He's not going to get the suspension lifted.
Right.
He's still going to be suspended, and that is because in the policy, in the NFL substance abuse policy, it reads, anybody that's tested positive for a banned substance, knowingly or unknowingly taken, will be held accountable.
Yeah,
will be suspended. You know, that's in the guidelines there. Mm-hmm. They don't make exceptions for people that, I didn't know. The only reason they could say this is I'd say 99% he's suspended, 1% possible. And I'm with Golden Tate. I don't think he should be suspended. He did the proper checking. But once you come in with that test hot, any unknowing, anything that's not approved by the league beforehand, you can communicate with them. Mm-hmm. But if they don't give you approval and say you can take this without repercussion, then you're not good to go.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you communicated with them.
Yeah.
Now do you know why the reason this fertility drug is banned?
I don't.
So this is used as a masking agent. So a lot of guys that take steroids will take this fertility drug as well, and it masks the steroid. So, or the human growth hormone, or whatever it is. I'm not exactly sure which substances, but I know it is used as a masking agent for them so that way they can pass these tests. So the NFL has now made this fertility drug illegal because they're like, well, why do you need this in your system? You don't. And if you're using this, it could be because you're trying to mask this. So we're just going to make this illegal. So Golden Tate, I don't know if he is or isn't using steroids and using this as a masking agent, but that's the reason that this is in place. That's the reason that substance is banned. It's not, like you said, it's not a performance enhancing drug. It's not something that is giving him
an advantage,
a competitive advantage. Not at all.
Yeah.
It's something that is banned, is still a banned substance though, because of the masking agent piece. So that's why.
I didn't know it was that deep.
Yeah, that's what you're looking at there. Again,
he's going to be suspended.
We probably spent more time on that than it warranted because none of it matters. They're not making the playoffs. So we'll just
take that L on the way out.
It's for both of us. Who's next?
I think outside of that, I think it then goes from injuries.
So we have some big name injuries, but we don't have any injuries that are going to affect playoff.
Correct. So now
chances.
I would say let's get into the playoffs, right? So I think get away from injuries, holdouts. I think two of the biggest names that really could be teams at least in playoff contention and maybe even to win their own divisions. Let's talk about, first of all, Ezekiel Elliott, right?
That's a big one.
Holding out for his big deal. He wants a structured deal. And what I have seen so far on that.
I don't think Jarrah's playing that.
No, Jarrah
ain't playing that.
Jarrah's not about that life, okay?
So Jarrah ain't doing that.
There was a couple things that Jerry has said. He said, so Jerry Jones said Ezekiel Elliott is late to training camp. He officially is a non-report and can be subject to fines per the CBA. Jerry Jones also claimed to be unconcerned about the Ezekiel Elliott holdout. This does not in any way diminish my excitement for this team, Jones said. That being said, are they going to give him his money? I would think so. I think the Cowboys are. I think Jerry likes Ezekiel. I think Jerry has stood behind Ezekiel from all his charges and his issues of the past, right? Whether it's domestic disputes, his college time, him in the bar incident. I think Jerry Jones has kind of stood behind him.
I think this is I think this is a little bit premature by Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
He has 2 years left on his deal.
Right.
I could see you doing this after next year. You got 1 year left. But you just were last year, right? He was suspended last season, right?
Yep.
So we're talking about he hasn't even played one full season. My guy, come in this year.
Yeah.
Come into camp, do your job, honor your contract, keep your nose clean, stop getting in domestic violence disputes, stop having issues off the field, and then we'll talk about a new contract.
Right.
But besides the rookie year, oh no, I guess he played the second year. Did he play a full second year or did he get injured? I think he maybe got injured.
Did he?
I don't remember.
Oh, I can't remember now.
But either way, he didn't play a full season last year. Come in and play a full season first. Like I said, you got 2 more years left on the deal. And then not only is he want a new deal, he's seeking to be the highest paid running back ever of all time in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 2 years left. Why do you think he's going to get paid, Dow? What leverage does he have? I don't see any leverage. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm not paying this guy.
Yeah, I just think
Le'Veon Bell, you sit out the whole year.
Right. I just think he has the support of Jerry Jones. I don't necessarily think he's going to get the max deal, but I think Jerry Jones, out of all the owners, has dealt with Ezekiel's bullshit of the past is kind of what I'm saying. So I think there's a little bit, but Jerry Jones also runs a business.
If nothing else,
big time business owner.
If nothing else, guys like Damian Williams, who stepped in last year after the Chiefs lost Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, Kareem Hunt, we forget he played the majority of the season last year, and then Damian Williams came in week 10, started tearing it up. So you have that. Look at James Conner. Look at the season he had. Look at look at multiple times he's filled in when Le'Veon Bell's just been out.
Yeah.
And he tore it up, and then he tore it up all last season.
And let's talk about the Cowboys have always had a really
good
decent O-line.
Really good O-line. And I would say it's still not, I wouldn't say right now they're great, but I'd still say they're really good.
Yeah.
I'd still say they're in the top half of the league. And then you're talking, you put anyone back there. I'm not saying they're going to give you everything Ezekiel Elliott had, but I don't think you're going to lose that much, dude. Elliott's good, but he's also, put Elliott over somewhere where they have a mediocre O-line. Put him in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Put him down with Cincinnati. What's he going to be doing? Is he special then? No. He's just a bruising running back. They'll probably be out of the league in 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, because he's not elite anymore. Yeah.
Right.
No, I agree with that.
What are you paying this guy max money for? And he's got 2 years left on the deal. He hasn't kept his nose clean, and running backs are a dime a dozen.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right with the premature. God, 2 years still left of your deal?
Right.
And we're already talking about this? I get what he's trying to do for him, for his family, trying to maximize his funds, but man, it's premature. I couldn't agree with you more on that.
Don't be a running back if you want to get paid. That's what I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's that's the bottom line. Running backs are a dime a dozen. They get used up way too quick. They're not what they used to be. You've got to be able to do way more to get LaShawn McCoy type money, to get Le'Veon Bell type money. You've got to be a big time pass catcher out of the backfield. You've got to just be more than just a running back these days. Your modern day Emmitt Smith is not getting, that's what Zeke Elliott is.
Yeah.
He's just a modern day Emmitt Smith. He's not the greatest pass catcher out of the backfield. He's not, he's up the middle. He does have good, I would say Ezekiel has good speed. I wouldn't say he has, I wouldn't call it breakaway speed. Has he broken some long runs? Can he break away from certain guys? Yes. Can he break away from everyone? No. There's corners and safeties that'll run him down all day in the league. He's not a breakaway runner. He's not Jamal Charles when he was in his prime. There's no way. Once Jamal got loose, you weren't catching him. He's not that kind of guy at all. So for him, it just feels rich to me. I'm just repeating myself over and over. Don't give him the deal. What up? Next holdout. What do you got?
Melvin Gordon.
Okay.
What about this one?
It's another one. Same situation.
Yeah, so same situation. So I think he's just obviously wanting his money.
He's in the final year of his rookie deal, so at least
correct.
he's in the
so
last
it's a little
year.
different right there. So he's held out, obviously missed day 2. What I find interesting on this one is, did you hear Phillip Rivers' statement on this?
No. What he say?
Phillip Rivers says, hey, we love Melvin Gordon, but running back is a deep position for us.
It is, dude. I think it's a deep.
That's
deep
about
for a lot of
That's
teams.
about the best thing I've seen come out of Phillip Rivers' mouth in years.
For sure.
Who do they have? They have Eckler over there. They have Who's their other guy?
I don't even know I don't know what their running back depth chart looks like this year.
But yeah, they've got two
up.
guys that they would go with. And, Eckler obviously has to stay healthy. I think that's the biggest opportunity for him over there. But, one of the best receivers in the league over there, Keenan Allen, they're pretty deep in some decent positions over there.
That's what Philip said, huh?
Yeah, that was directly from Philip
See,
Rivers.
that's another thing I don't like. I'm not a fan of commenting on other people's money either.
Yeah.
Especially a teammate. Just let him do his thing. Right. He wants to hold out. I'd just be like, we look forward to having him in here in camp whenever he gets here. That's what I'd say. Why do you got to throw that out there? Why do you got to kind of drive a little bit of a wedge? Why? If you didn't mean to do that, Phil, how do you know how Melvin's going to take that? Just be quiet. Don't talk about someone else's money. You got paid the big contract. You know what I mean? He's trying to get the big contract. I don't think he's going to get it. But that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing. So I think, Gordon's probably hoping to land a deal between 10 and 12 mil annually. I think that's what he's trying to get. Now, that being said, he's coming off a pretty highly efficient season where he ranked 5th in the NFL in touchdowns with 14. But you have one thing that really kind of worked against him. So the Chargers did just fine when he wasn't on the field. Gordon missed a total of 4 games in 2018, and the Chargers actually went 4-0.
Justin Jackson is the other guy.
Justin Jackson, yep.
So it's him and Eckler. Those are the top 2 guys, and they have some guys behind them who play specials or whatever. I don't know if they're gonna make the team or not. But currently, that's the 2 you're looking at: Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson, behind Gordon. Dude, those are both stud running backs. So same thing as Elliott. I just don't think you need to pay top dollar for that position. Now Melvin Gordon, he's a little bit more versatile, but I still don't think he's the greatest out of the backfield. I think that's why Austin Eckler's there. He's kind of that. Why was Danny Woodhead there?
Yeah.
So
Danny Woodhead still concussed.
I know. No doubt.
That poor guy.
Who else we got?
That's kind of what I got so far, man, with some of the camps that I've done the research on, and some that were kind of big. I think these last 2 were
missing
more
the big one, guy.
Yeah.
Michael Thomas for the Saints. You see that?
I did.
Michael Thomas holding out for the Saints.
Yeah.
He's scheduled to make $1.148 million in the final year of his rookie deal. Mm-hmm. He's looking for something more in the $20 million range. The Saints have never paid any skill position player more than $10 million per year.
Wow.
They just haven't. So do you think that trend changes here, Michael Thomas?
I think he is top 3 in the league.
Dude,
but I don't see it change.
They've never done that, but at the same time, dude, I don't know if they've relied on one receiver more than Michael Thomas, even in the Drew Brees era. Can you think of a guy that's just stood out since maybe Joe Horn? I'm not even sure that was Drew Brees. No. It wasn't, right? So, I mean, what Saints receiver really just sticks out to you as a...
Yeah.
Drew Brees has kind of been thrown to whoever.
I mean, they had that Ohio State Ted Ginn. They had him play for a while.
But
he didn't stand out.
That was on the end of his career too.
Yeah, he didn't stand out at all.
Or definitely on the backside.
I really can't think of anybody that really, really has stood out necessarily. No. But does that change? I think that brings a great question to mind because they've never really been in this position.
For sure. Plus, dude, Drew Brees is going to be gone pretty soon. So
you're going to
need a pillar. You're going to need a cornerstone there. You said you don't think they're going to give him the money. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But I would say... You're going to need it.
Yeah. I'm just going on historical facts, but at the same time, the argument to that is they haven't had to do it.
Right. I'm like Belichick. I hate paying running backs and receivers huge money.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I'd rather pay a receiver than a running back high money.
You think so?
Just because the status, yeah. I just don't think
last a little longer too.
Dude, it's just hard to be super elite for years and years and years on, for these running backs.
Yeah.
What is it? 3 to 5?
Yeah.
5 if you're lucky, dog.
Dude. So check this out. I don't know if you knew this, Michael Thomas set franchise records last year, 125 catches. It's a franchise record. And then 1,405 receiving yards in 2018. Also a franchise record. No other Saints wide receiver or tight end had more than 35 catches on the team last year, bro.
Really?
Isn't that crazy? So how much do you rely on the guy? That right there speaks volumes. If I'm Michael Thomas, that screams, hey, baby.
Right.
Last year, my deal here. Let's get it together, fellas.
How bad do you want me?
Jerry Maguire style.
Yeah.
I'm about to be Rod Tidwell in this bitch.
Show me the money.
You know what I mean? Like, let's get it going. 125 catches. No one else. Over 35. 1,400 yards.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
No doubt.
He's definitely making a case. If there's one guy holding out here that's making a case for that, it's Michael Thomas.
Right.
Dude, that guy... No one's been relied on like that. If you're going to rely on him like that, you should pay him like that.
Yeah.
End of the story.
You take Melvin Gordon out of the lineup, They go
They're
4-0.
They're winning games, right? Exactly.
You take it. Well, and also what you have to know is, remember, Mark Ingram, he went to the Ravens.
Right.
So
Lost
he's
him.
not
Still
going
got
to be.
Kamara, though, dude.
But you're going to have
Kamara's
Kamara.
fish.
And what I'm wondering is, what his contract look. I was going to look up his contract and see what that looks like, because they're going to want to pay him too. So, but if you've got 2 or 3 years in between, that might work out. But
yeah. The other thing I would say, just a little sleeper fantasy advice for you guys. Trent Williams, the Washington Redskins, also holding out over the way the medical staff handled an injury.
Really?
Yeah. So culminating in the removal of a growth on his head this offseason. The sides differ on what actually transpired over the years. Williams has more than 2 years left on his contract, but he could be cut in the offseason as his 2020 salary is not guaranteed. It's uncertain how much a new contract or more guaranteed money would even appease Williams. So, dude, reading this whole story, and there's a whole story about it. He's upset the way the medical staff handled a condition that he had kind of for some years. Like I said, it just says there was a growth on his head. But if you read, there's a whole article. If you read up on that, I don't think he's ever playing. He's really mad at the organization.
Wow.
I don't think he's ever playing there again, and he might just retire from football. He's already older. He's already older
Sure.
on the older side. What I'm saying is this has been their best offensive lineman for years.
Yeah.
You lose him, do not pick up a Redskins running back this year.
Yeah.
Redskins, dude, their O-line is going to be bad.
For sure.
And I feel bad for Dwayne Haskins. If they just try to chuck him in the fire, he's going to look awful in the beginning of the season because the line is just so terrible over there, dude. So
AP's gone broke.
And AP, stay away from AP. That's the main thing I was saying,
Yeah.
dude. Don't take a Redskins running back, especially AP. Trend him down.
Yeah.
Down.
He's too old. Plus, you're losing the major help of the offensive line. Get out of here.
No doubt.
Redskins trash.
All right, so that's kind of some injuries there. Let's go into let's move forward into should we keep with NFL and go with the futures here and then call Mueller, or should we call Mueller and go UFC first?
I told Mueller we call him back.
Let's call Mueller.
Yeah.
Let's call Mueller because then we'll go back and we can kind of do gambling.
Cool.
Still NFL, but it's gambling. It's not really involved in training camp as much. So let's get Mueller.
I like it.
My bad, Dal.
Don't worry, it's empty.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
We'd had to buy a new Roadcaster.
Roadcaster.
Smoke the Roadcaster. All right, let me call. Let's get my man JMU22.
I wonder if we get Stringer back over here for sneakers and fashion. I want him to see a pair of shoes that I got today.
Yeah, ask him.
We'll have to get him back in here.
All right, we'll text him.
Hey, I'm right here.
I always go to Mueller in my phone.
Yeah.
And I don't have a Mueller in my phone. I have Jared Mueller.
Gotcha.
I'll just have Mueller. So it takes me a minute to grab my guy. Cool.
UFC 240.
There
Excited
it
to
is.
see what he says.
Did you watch the card?
I watched recap. I didn't
Okay.
watch the card because I don't have ESPN Plus, so I'd like to bitch about that after we get off the phone with Mueller.
You don't need to bitch about it. Dude, just steal it, Dal.
Okay.
I've been stealing, just like the Nike box. I've been taking UFC events. I haven't,
Right off of people's porches?
dude. I've been getting UFC event. Mueller.
What up?
Oh, my bad, guy. We were in the middle of a convo.
Sorry, man. We were bitching. What up, Mueller?
Yeah, what's going on?
Let me bring you in on this convo. Mueller, do you watch every single UFC fight?
For the most part, man, there's some of those like international fight nights that are just kind of garbage and I'll skip.
Okay,
But
yeah.
I watch probably 90% of them.
Okay, but let's say this card, the UFC 240, the past Saturday night. Let's say a card like that, where it's not probably the top of the line elite card, but you still got a good main event. You got Holloway and Edgar. You got Cyborg on the card. It's still a good card, decent card. Let's call it a decent card.
Yeah.
You watch all of those, right? You don't miss any of those events.
Yeah, so I'll watch at least the main event or the main card on the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily watch all the prelims.
And how do you watch them? Are you paying for every single pay-per-view?
Yeah, historically I'll pay for them.
See, I was just telling Dow, I don't pay for anything. I'm too broke. I don't pay for one single pay-per-view, but I still watch them all. Well, you can just internet, Reddit.
Yeah.
My TV has a web browser built in, which is one of the sickest things.
And you just find a random link or whatever?
I'll just go to Reddit. I'll go to BuffStream. I'll go to First Row Sports. I'll go to all these sites and I'll just stream the fight on there. And especially now, dude, it never cuts out. I never have any issues. I stream the whole thing Saturday night, the main card.
Yeah.
I had the prelims on ESPN at 7 o'clock. I turned those on about 7 or so.
Sure.
Was editing, making some dinner. And then by the time the main card came on at 8,
You're ready to rock.
I flipped over, found a stream on the pay-per-view. I was ready to go.
That's sick.
Yeah.
Usually Mueller and I, we usually head to like a bar or whatever, but in this case, I was like, I wasn't too interested in this card.
I know, that's how you always watch them. You go to
nah.
bars, so you don't have to buy the pay-per-view.
Right.
But we got to get you up on the illegal
links.
guy. Yeah, we got to get you doing it big. Sure. Anyways, Mueller, let's start with the what'd you say?
I've definitely used the buff streams a few times.
Oh, dude, that thing is fire. I'm up on that.
Is legit when it comes to good quality,
especially if you have an Apple TV, because you can just pull it up on your iPad, which is what I did. I pulled it up on my iPad and then I just streamed it right to my TV from the iPad. Boom,
nice.
It was money. If you have an Apple TV, you just cast from your Apple product to your iPad there. But let's start. Let's start at the. I'm trying to pull up the card here, but my internet is loading terrible. Let's start at the beginning of the card. What was the first fight?
You had a middleweight, right? It was the middleweight with.
Actually, I don't even want to. Only thing we need to really break down is Holloway.
Yeah. Cyborg
fight, and then what was the one before that?
A welterweight.
Was that the Asian kid that got knocked out?
No.
The one before that was Jeff Neal and Nico Price.
That's the one I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, let's start there. Forget the rest of the card. It was whatever. The Asian kid was running away from the other guy, got knocked out, and then I don't even know what the first fight was. Let's start with the Jeff Neal. Dude, Jeff Neal, I thought that guy was in some serious trouble in there.
Yeah.
And the way he was able to come back, dude, didn't you see the look on his face was kind of like he knew, especially once Price started getting crazy with the strikes, dude. He started throwing some spinning back fists and things started getting a little out of control. You could sense on Neal's face like, oh shit. All right, I'm in for it. I'm in here. And I thought he was done, dude. I thought Price was going to get him. Mm-hmm. And I not because I don't think Jeff Neal's good, but I thought, coming from the Ultimate Fighter, he's kind of had a little bit of a storybook run so far just because he's come out of the gate so hot. Mm-hmm. But, dude, he showed he belongs. How did you feel?
Dude, that was an awesome fight. And
I loved it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. He was in trouble. And, dude, I'm watching it. I'm like, man, this is over now. Like, there's no way. And he turned the corner and finished the fight. It was sick.
I know, dude. I was super pumped on that. I was sitting there and I was like, oh, man, this sucks. He's kind of going to go down, but Price deserves it. Price is legit. Price is showing everyone why he's legit. And then that's what the great thing about MMA, dude. You just never know.
Yeah.
In the blink of an eye, shit can turn, dude. And before you knew it, you put him out. Now, what did you feel about the stoppage there, Mueller? Because there was a lot of talk about the stoppage being too early.
Dude, there's a lot of early, late stoppages. I've gotten to the point now where when it looks like, hey, man, he's severely hurt, if the ref chooses to stop the fight, I can usually accept it. We've seen too many guys go too long and get serious injuries.
Well, I was just going to say, how much do you think the two recent boxing deaths had on that early stoppage of the fight? If some people call it early, I'm not saying for sure it was early. I think you could go either way. I look at it, I see Nico Price still with his hands up defending himself, but I also see him just eating huge shots. And as Jeff Neal starts to get to his feet, and now he starts raining down overhead shots with the momentum on his feet. So I see why the referee stopped it there, but do you think the boxing deaths had anything to do with that early stoppage?
Yeah, dude, absolutely. It's impossible to ignore those. And we've been wondering for a long time when someone was going to die in an MMA ring. And I think that professional caliber refs will do anything to not let that happen.
Yeah. I think right now, you're seeing a lot of this combat fighting, whether it's boxing, whether it's UFC. I think it's all kind of under the microscope, and it's always been. But when you have unfortunate events, and hearts go out to the two boxers in this case and their families and friends. But, this really puts not only the UFC, but just combat sports under the microscope yet again. And I think this was absolutely a case. I mean, we're definitely in, the UFC, they've got to protect their people. They've got to protect their talent, and I think this just becomes more relevant as unfortunate events come up like this.
And I know the fighters don't want, we saw Nico Price visibly upset afterwards. He was visibly upset with the ref, and then he went over to Jeff Neal and kind of hugged him and was like, you could tell he's like, ah, damn, I wish they would have let us go longer, you know, because they were banging and it was a great fight. But like I said, I could see it either way. I could see him eating a couple more shots before he called it. I could see him calling it where he did. It's all about keeping the talent healthy, like you said, Dal.
Yeah, I agree.
Moving into the next fight. Oh, go ahead, Mueller.
Especially now, man. I mean, you know that the referees are hired by state or provincial athletic committees. They're not hired by the UFC directly.
Yeah.
So when you take into account that fight was also in Canada, they've always been pretty fighter safety oriented, probably more extreme than even the US. It makes total sense.
No shit, I didn't know that. That's good info. Okay, Mueller, moving into the fight between the ladies, Felicia Spencer and Chris Cyborg. Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I thought Felicia Spencer was going to hang on for a while there. I thought maybe she even had a chance to win the fight just because she was so tough.
Yeah.
She continued to eat shot after shot in the face, took a couple hard ones to the bridge of the nose, on the nose, and just kept coming. I gained a ton of respect for her.
I think Cyborg was shocked that she could withstand so much.
Yeah.
And you saw that big old scratch or gash, I would say, that she left on Cyborg's forehead.
That elbow was one of the most beautifully placed step-in elbows, dude. What did you think of that, Mueller?
Did you guys happen to listen to any of the Dana White post-fight press conference?
No, I didn't catch it. What happened?
Basically, dude, every time they asked him about the Cyborg Spencer fight, all he did was basically say how tough and incredible Felicia Spencer was.
Wow.
While basically bad-mouthing Cyborg at the same time.
Really? Damn, I'm going to have to pull up some of that audio. Okay, go ahead.
Where does that come from, Mueller?
I think that Cyborg has absolutely, completely fallen out of favor in the UFC. They asked Dana if the Chris Cyborg and Amanda Nunes fight rematch was the way to go. He said yes, but you look at his face as he's answering the question, and he wants nothing to do with her anymore.
Why do you think that is? Do you think that that's because they essentially give this weight class specifically to Cyborg, and they have to kind of plan around what she wants to do, and they're tired of that? Do you think that's where that comes from?
No, man, I think it's a lot to do with the fact that Cyborg was only useful until she lost.
Gotcha.
And when she gets beaten down and knocked out by Nunes like she did, now she's not the world killer. Now they basically made a division with Amanda Nunes, Felicia Spencer, and Megan Anderson, and that's basically it.
That's it, yep.
So it's tough, man, but I'll give all the props to Spencer. That girl is going to be amazing when she finally gets like that self-confidence, gets a good cardio routine, and says, hey, the UFC is mine. She'll beat anybody. I believe that wholeheartedly.
I thought she was going to. I thought Cyborg was going to knock her out pretty quick. I thought, she stepped into the fight. I know she was undefeated, but I thought she kind of. I wasn't super familiar with her, so I was like, I kind of gave her a little home cooking in Canada in front of her home crowd.
Right.
Threw a little bone real quick. Needed to fight for Cyborg. And it turned out not to be that at all. She came out swinging. She came out, put some licks on Cyborg. I think Cyborg probably felt like Joe Rogan mentioned on the telecast, Cyborg's got to feel like she's in a little bit of trouble here. She's in with a relatively unknown fighter. She's got her head split open. She sees blood in her eyes coming down the middle, and she's up against the cage. Has her back up against the cage with Amanda Spencer or Felicia Spencer controlling the fight. So it was. I thought that was good commentary by Joe Rogan, and I thought because I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, oh shit, this has got to put some doubt in their mind.
Sure.
Yeah, dude, that was an amazing fight. I would love to see that again. I think that the decision for Cyborg's victory was accurate, but I would love for them to run that back again at some point.
Yeah, same. Hey, before we move on to the next fight, because I think we're about there, real quick story about Cyborg. Have either of you heard that she was actually detained in Canada before this fight? Jared, do you know about that?
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, so she was actually detained at the Edmonton airport by Canadian authorities. And so obviously I was going to say, do you guys know why? You don't. She was actually detained by the Canadian authorities over her CBD oil.
Oh, wow.
You guys know about that. So and it was just a temporarily detained. So it sounds like she did not just let the Canadian authorities know what she had. So they had to kind of go through the rigmarole of what is this and, testing this and doing all that. So I think if she would have been a little bit more honest, talked about, because she has a sponsorship with obviously one of the CBD companies out there. I don't know which one it is. I apologize for that. But yeah, she spent 2 weeks in South Africa training and preparing for this 2 240, and then she ran into this delay by getting detained at a Canadian airport for the CBD oil. So kind of an interesting story. So it's online. You guys should read about it. There's a video on MMA Weekly about it, but of showing her being detained in there, asking the questions, and then her kind of having to answer to that. Yeah, kind of interesting.
I mean, it makes sense, dude. Even though I know marijuana is legal in Canada, it does make sense that you wouldn't just allow that stuff to come in internationally like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Some countries are different. I think I think state to state, there's still some battles with CBD, like being able to ship it to certain states from other states. I think there's still some legalities within that. But I mean, I guess you have to watch that. You have to know where you're traveling and you have to kind of know the rules. But CBD, as good and great as a product it is, there's still federal regulations with it.
No
so
doubt.
yeah, I find that interesting. But yeah, we can go ahead and go to the next.
We'll move into the main event here. Max Holloway, Frankie Edgar. Ton of people coming in with action on Frankie Edgar late on Saturday. I had a bunch of friends that were in on Edgar. They really liked Edgar. They liked the odds, which I think you can get Frankie Edgar anywhere from about plus 290 to 350.
Wow.
So pretty good odds on him. Holloway was about minus 350 to 380, depending on where you wanted. What did you think before the fight? Did you have Max? Did you have Blessed all the way or what?
I did. I've watched Frankie Edgar's fights for years, and he has struggled in title fights historically, no matter if he's, the better fighter or not. The title fights, the big lights, I don't know, they seem to get to Frankie, so I was with Max the whole time.
Yeah, I think just right when the fight started, you just see the size advantage. You just see how good Max Holloway fits that division, dude. There's a reason he's been so good for so long. There's a reason he's been the champ for so long. He is the lankiest dude. His arms, this looks like string beans, his legs and his arms. And but he's tall. And so he's towering over these fighters in that division, but he's not outweighing them. They're weighing the same because the guy doesn't look like he has muscle mass on him at all.
Yeah.
That's what's so crazy about Holloway. But and then you even saw the couple little times Frankie Edgar did get him up against the cage. He kind of finally got a hold of him and finally pinched him. And you thought he was in trouble and he had him up against the cage. It was just too easy for Holloway to wiggle out with that skinny little worm body, dude. It was like it was crazy, man. It was hats off to the guy. I don't see who beats the guy.
Yeah.
He's so good right now.
We got to do a remix. String Bane.
Oh my God.
String Bane.
I just fired shots in the studio. It's not even linked up because I'm talking to you.
When I look at like significant strikes, I mean, dude, Holloway just dominated. It looks like it was 129 versus 96. Yeah. I mean, it was just a dominant fight. It seemed like so the unanimous decision, which was obviously the outcome in round 5. After round 5, I mean, I agree with you. I just didn't see Edgar. He didn't make any progress. It didn't really seem, but except that one time when he got him against the ropes and, Holloway was out.
The ropes, yeah.
Yeah, the ropes, yeah, no doubt. Some boxing. There you go. What do you think, Mueller? What's your take on it?
It's pretty funny, franchise, that you mentioned the size, right? Because that Frankie Edgar was the lightweight champion, right? He was actually a champion of a division bigger than this one.
Right.
At one point in time. That's a long time ago, obviously, but dude, Max has proven to be a really, really, really good featherweight. And there's only 2 ways I think I see him losing. One, if Conor McGregor comes back for that title again, I think he could beat Max again. I know that fight was close the first time, but I think you'd see the same outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Or if a decent sized lightweight drops down, like if Anthony Pettis made another good run at 45, or if you saw Ferguson cut the weight to try and get down because of the log step at 55, I don't see a true 45er beating Holloway at this point.
Do you see Holloway going up at all? Do you see him making a jump? A lot of the double champ thing is really popular right now.
No, I don't, because he did make a jump up to 155 and he lost.
Oh, no shit.
So
okay.
That was his last fight. He made a run at the 155 title and lost.
Who did he lose to?
So he lost a fight against.
I'm gonna have to look that fight up. That's why I'm wondering, because I'm curious. I want to see that fight. I didn't know he made a jump up to 155. and got
Yeah.
shelled. So,
Is
and
that-
obviously, if that was his first fight jumping up to 155, it wasn't like he was fighting the top tier competition up there.
Right. And was that
he had a fight scheduled against Khabib, and he ended up pulling out due to injury.
Okay.
So he was scheduled to fight Nurmagomedov, but he lost the interim title to Dustin Poirier.
Oh,
That's how Dustin got that interim championship.
Gotcha.
All right. I remember that.
So Max has done it. He can't beat Dustin. I don't think he could beat Khabib or Ferguson. So no, I don't see that happening. And Dana White kind of said that same thing in the post fight. He said Max's last performance proves he doesn't belong at 155.
Look at that.
That's fair.
So we're going kind of back to back. I mean, we're going with the fight card last weekend, then you go into this weekend coming up. You have Covington and Lawler for UFC Fight Night this Saturday, August 3rd. What do you think of the card coming up?
Dude, there's actually some really good fights on the card for it being a non-pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, dude. I was just looking it up right now.
Obviously, the Covington-Lawler fight is good. I really like the Jim Miller-Clay Guida fight.
I was just going to say that.
Those are some old school bangers.
I know, dude. I love
yeah.
Clay Guida. Clay Guida is just one of
Old
the
school.
toughest.
Just
dudes.
made it into the Hall of Fame,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Here recently. Yeah.
Old school. Jim Miller, like you said, just bangers, dude.
Does that fool still have the
And
long
then
hair,
there's
Mueller?
Notre guy.
No.
No?
Oh, Clay Guida?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Guida still got that long
Well,
hair,
in
right?
the photo, it's down to his shoulder. Yeah.
Hey, Mueller,
Yeah,
Mueller, I know you're a pretty big fan of Lawler. I'm worried for him on this fight. I think Covington has this, man. What do you think?
I agree.
yeah.
Colby is going to take it. I hate to say it.
Me too. I
And
love
it'll be
Lawler.
interesting to see what that does to welterweight. Welterweight's a log jam, and I think Covington wins this fight. He gets the title shot. He loses this fight, and now you've got Masvidal in play. You've got Edwards in play. 170 is interesting right now.
Yeah, no doubt. I do. I totally agree with that for sure. What about the lightweight? Is there much to really discuss on that? What is that? Joaquim Silva, and then what is it? Nasrat? I don't really know him very well.
Mueller.
Still there?
Yeah, you guys have terrible service in that basement, bro.
Are you serious? Is it our service in the basement?
The basements, dude.
Yeah, it's on you guys. I thought it was me last time.
I
so
thought it was
went
too. I
outside
didn't
and
know
said
that.
that.
Okay, so
Interesting.
you're outside. Hold up. Let me dude, I should be using in the basement.
The Wi-Fi
Oh,
calling, yeah?
I know, but if I turn on Wi-Fi calling, I'm probably going to cut him. Will it
for
click
sure.
him off?
Yeah, it'll click them off.
I was just going to say really quick. I was just going to look at the betting odds on the Covington Robbie Lawler fight. What were you saying, Dow? What did you ask about? Sorry, the lightweight.
Yeah, I was like, Mueller, what do you know about the lightweight? That Joaquim and then the Nasrat?
Joaquim Silva.
Yeah.
And then
You know,
Nasrat.
you know anything about that?
I only caught bits and pieces of what you said, bro.
Damn it, dude! I'm so sorry, bro. We'll have this. We'll have this cleaned up next time. Let me just end on this. UFC or the lines. Colby Covington minus 225, so he's the favorite. Robbie Lawler plus 185. Would you put money down on Covington? Would you put up 225 to win 100 on Colby Covington? Are you that confident?
Yeah, I am on this one.
Wow.
I don't know. It's been a long time since we've seen Covington fight, but dude, Robbie Lawler is over the hill, and
Yeah.
I think that's
Over his prime, for sure.
unfortunately pretty obvious. And Colby Covington is in the prime of his career. It's what he's been really good his last 3 or 4 fights, and he's a grappler and he's a wrestler, and I just can't see it, man. I'd put the 225 on Covington, yes, sir.
All right, good to know. We'll let you run on that, man. And I promise to have a better connection next time we talk on the phone, talk some UFC. Thanks for joining us, dude. I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me, Young.
Thanks,
Yep.
Mueller.
All right, later. All right, man. Homie Jared Mueller. I didn't know he was having a bad connection. I thought it was his connection.
That's
you know?
what I thought, yeah.
But
Thought he was at work or
our
something
connection
like
is pretty shitty in this building. It's funny. He's like, oh, yeah, you're having a terrible connection in that basement. It's basically like we are. It's like a metal building over
Yeah.
here that we're in. So it's just the whole building the service isn't great. So
Sure.
I
And
thought
it's like- and
it was,
it's always-
I thought it was enough to do phone. Like I know the internet isn't great. So
Right.
we're on the Wi-Fi, but I didn't know.
So we got the AC problems and we also got these problems.
Dude.
Yeah, too many problems.
Ridiculous. That was interesting, though. I didn't know that Max Holloway had already moved up. Always learning stuff, man. For the MMA conversation with homie Jared Mueller coming on.
Yeah.
Give him some shots. Appreciate him. Oh, some shots, and we're not even plugged in.
Always getting better.
All right, let's go with the let's go into the NFL gambling talk, and we'll jump into sneakers and YouTube comments here to kind of wrap up the show. We started a little late. You're going to You got work today.
I know.
What's new? Oh my gosh.
What's new?
Every
Take that
time.
L on the way out.
That's us every time. Just L's and on L's. NFL futures. Let's just give a kind of a couple each.
Okay.
We'll go into these here. I'll let you start out. What do you got?
How about
What's your first one that you
How
recommend?
about I start with MVP and some
Okay.
MVP odds for
Yeah.
you here. So I'm going to give you 3 or 4 that I really like this year. And we know MVP, man, that's a tough one. We know that Mahomes is coming off of last year, right? Old big gunner there, that arm.
Patty
is
Big
just,
Gun.
Yeah, Patty Big Gun. Yeah, no doubt. So MVP is a tough one, but if you did hit, there's a lot of money. I think what was Patty Mahomes last year?
80-1.
80-1.
So if you
super great odds.
Yeah, if you put down $100 on Pat Mahomes before the season, you won $8,000 on him.
Yeah.
On your 100.
That's huge,
That's
right?
huge money, dude.
Stupid money.
$8,000. If you put down $10, you won $800. Mm-hmm. You know, not bad. We were talking about that with the Sam Darnold odds before the season.
Yeah.
100-1.
Yeah.
So you're looking at 10 or 100 to win $10,000.
So here's a couple that, and I know we're similar on one of these. So I'll say it, and I know this is something that you and I kind of talked about. But the other ones I haven't really told you necessarily. But this year the Jets, having a little bit of help, on the back support, just the coaching changes, the people piece. I think Darnold's slated to have a really good year.
I think so too.
I think you're on the same page with me. So right now you have him at plus 10,000. So you pay $100 to win $10,000.
Yeah.
That's huge,
On
man.
Sam Darnold.
And I
if
think
he wins the MVP.
if he wins the MVP,
Right.
and I think that's a big, just wish. But I think, for what?
But who's to say, dude? Who's to say that the Jets don't come out of nowhere this year?
Yeah.
They get a little bit of help. They sneak into the playoffs, and then they make the AFC Championship. Just make it there.
Yeah.
Let's say they lose just like the Chiefs.
right?
That's a big possibility that Sam Darnold's winning the MVP if that happens.
Yeah.
Now, it could be a dumpster fire, and they could just be terrible, but
Yeah.
I just don't even see that happening.
Robbie Anderson shits the bed. Sam Darnold shits the bed.
That's the
Le'Veon
thing-
Bell gets injured.
Right. That's the only thing I'm really worried about a little bit is the receiving core.
Yeah.
But I think when you have Le'Veon Bell behind center or behind Sam Darnold, you have Sam Darnold under center. If you have a good quarterback and a threatening running back, it can really make the wide receiving core look a lot better than they are.
Sure.
And I'm not saying Robbie Anderson
Or playing the
is
Broncos
terrible,
last year.
but he's not great. He's just good. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Look what happened last year when he played the Broncos.
Right.
The Jets made the Broncos look like
Silly.
turds.
Super silly.
So-
for mine, let's stick with the Jets. Dude, Jets here to win the Super Bowl. Or to make the Super Bowl. Sorry, just to make it.
Okay.
So to win the AFC Championship, 95-1. Not bad.
Gotcha.
95-1.
So then if you take that bet, then you obviously want to take them in the Super Bowl as well.
Yes.
If not, amateur hour.
You wanna-
Roselli.
You could take, you want to take them in both. Well, no, you want to take them to win the Super Bowl and you want to take them to win the NFC Championship. Yeah.
Yep.
So you want to take them on both. 95-1. So last year, my super sleeper was the Bears before the season started. I think the Jets are the Bears of last year. I think the Jets can do well. Now, I don't know if they're going to make the AFC Championship.
Right.
I'm just saying that I like the odds.
Yeah.
I think it's good odds on them. Jets are the Jets. Mm-hmm. Jets. What's your next one?
Just not Benny.
Yes.
Another one for MVP that I think is probably going to have one of his best years. I'm hoping. He had some injuries, and man, I think they're going to protect him a lot better than what they have in the last 3 years. Cam Newton has been hit probably arguably the most out of any QBs in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
This guy, dude, has had no protection, zero protection. I think they've changed that this year. I think you have some good weapons with McCaffrey on that backside, man. I just feel something with the Carolina Panthers this year and having the under the supervision and ball with it Cam Newton's going to bring. So right now I have him at plus 4,000. So literally $100 to win 4 Gs. I don't think that's bad odds.
No.
I see them making the playoffs this year, coming off a horrible year last year. I think they got some strength coming into this year. I'm seeing a little bit on Cam.
I think we're kind of in a trend here. I'm on the Panthers as well. The Panthers, the Jets. I think we're both kind of on the same thing. I also want to bet the Jets for plus 325 just to make the playoffs. Plus 325. So you put 100 up, you win 325 if the Jets just make the playoffs. So I like that bet, but I also want to do the Panthers to make the playoffs. They're a little less. They're 240.
Okay.
So all the Panthers have to do is make the playoffs. You put 100 up, you win 240. I like the odds on that. I also like them at 6-1 to win the NFC South.
Yeah.
So I want the Panthers on win the NFC or to get to the Super Bowl. I want the odds there at 60-1. I want the Panthers to make the playoffs at plus 240, and then I want them at 6-1 to win the NFC South.
Nice.
So I want the Panthers heavy. I'm with you on the Cam Newton stuff as well, as long as he stays healthy.
I like that division hit. I really do. The division hit is pretty nice because what are you going to do in Atlanta? The only concern I have for Atlanta, or the only thing I have worried about that bet is, dude, have you heard Julio Jones speak here lately?
Yeah.
This fool's like, maybe I'll get 3,000.
He's sounding serious.
This guy's pretty serious this year, you know.
But doesn't it feel like every year Atlanta's supposed to be good? They're just not good.
Then you have Matty Ice at the
and
helm.
Then here's they're like supposed to be mediocre. They're in the playoffs.
Yeah, right.
Like, what's going on?
Getting their ass beat by Tampa Bay.
There's so much expectation last year, and they were awful.
Yeah. Fitzmagic comes in there, just lights them up.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me, division. If we're talking divisions, we have. Let's just talk about AFC, kind of close to home, right? So winning the division, you have Denver at plus 1,200. You have Kansas City at minus 189. Seems like a no-brainer that they're probably going to win the division. That's why the odds are stacked in their favor. The LA Chargers, though, however, are plus 210. Oakland is plus 1,400.
Wow.
So on this, I'm not going to take Oakland. I'm staying the hell away from that. But I don't mind the LA Chargers taking that plus 210 just to possibly win the division, sneak in there somehow. Maybe somebody gets, we don't know about the Tyreek situation. We do know that he's going to play. The NFL is not punishing him. But I don't think you're going to see the best Tyreek this year. So that leaves obviously big gun stud behind the ball, Mahomes, and you got to watch for Travis Kelce. That guy's going to get a lot of balls this year, but I think there's just some up and down that Kansas City's facing. I think their D is trash. So, I might take Chargers at plus 210 to win the division this year.
I'm on the total opposite side.
Are you?
And a couple things. Number one, I don't even call them the LA Chargers because they don't even get support from LA.
Right.
Every home game they have is basically another away game.
Totally.
It's all the opposing team's fans. So let's call them the San Angeles Chargers.
Angeles.
The combo.
Okay.
The San Angeles Chargers. Here's what I think. It's funny you said Tyreek Hill. You don't think he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to have a monster year, lighting fools up left and right. I think it's going to be the same Tyreek Hill, same matchup nightmare, same killing you. I think it's going to be all the same. I think he's going to have a crazy year. And with him not being suspended, I think that's bad for the Chargers. I actually like the Chargers plus 180 to not make the playoffs.
Wow.
You get them at plus 180, so you still get plus odds there. They're a little bit more to make the playoffs. Would you say they were 300 or something?
Plus 210.
210. Oh, shoot. It's not even much difference.
And I see, I see plus 190
okay.
on the whole.
So depending on your book, somewhere between 180 and 200 if they to have them not make the playoffs. That's the bet I'm going with. Yeah, I like the Chargers to not make the playoffs. I think the Broncos are going to be too tough. Chiefs are going to be too tough. I don't think Oakland's going to be that tough, but I think they're going to struggle. Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, man. That offensive line not looking good. Russell Okung injured. Melvin Gordon holding out.
Hey, never sell out of your own pocket. Never bet out of your own pocket.
Keenan Allen being rated in the 80s by Madden.
Yeah,
he's unhappy. I don't think it's going to be good over there. I just don't think it's going to be good over there.
Yeah. What about Super Bowl? Let's talk about a couple Super Bowl bets. What's your give me two potential big payouts for some Super Bowl wild cards.
Well, like I was saying, I really I like the Panthers.
Okay. Another one
we talked about the Panthers, we talked about the Jets. Another one I do like, and it's not really a sleeper because Vegas is on them. I don't know it might be a sleeper to you listeners out there because I don't know if a lot of people are dialed in on what the hell's going on over there in Indianapolis in the Colts, but the Colts, dude.
Yeah.
Colts in the AFC.
That's one of mine.
13-1.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people are, even in fantasy, Colts should be somebody you target players from. They're starting to get some guys. They're starting to get some stuff rolling. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm excited about the Colts.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I have Indy as that as well. Yeah, in my books, plus 1,900. Man, I think that's a great bet. I just think I think Andrew Luck is really kind of coming into his own, really taking ownership of the team finally. We're seeing the Andrew Luck that we hoped to see, 3 years ago before the injury, before him having to sit out almost an entire season.
Yeah.
All this other stuff. I really like Indy on that. I think my second one, I think they're plus 900, so it's not huge in comparison to like the Colts, but I think this is boom or bust season for Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints.
Oh yeah.
I know losing Mark Ingram, which is, arguably one of the best, kind God dang, red zone running backs like in the last 4 or 5 years. Losing that's huge, but I think Kamara now just kind of comes into his own. They got more options, more experimentation with him. I think like we talked about earlier with obviously Michael Thomas, the big receiver deal. I don't know that he gets it based off historical facts, but if he does, man, him and Breeze have a hell of a connection that you just can't beat. Their defense is still continually one of the best in the league. Obviously, it took them a while last season to get there because it's like half the season they were atrocious. The other half of the season they were great. You wished you had them. So I think they've got a great mix over there. And I think having Drew Brees kind of come into his, maybe 2 or 3 years left, and Sean Payton kind of knows that. I think and then obviously the calls. The referees, the changes, the challenges that they've made, the changes in the NFL, that changes where they were last year as well. So I think there's some different changes that have happened, not only on their team and their organization, but also with the league. And I think we just know that, hey, it's now or never kind of thing. So I think that could be a nice little lock at the end.
Let me, before I give out my second one, let me finish up on the Colts.
Okay.
I like the Colts. Here's what I would say. I could very easily see the Colts losing the first game, week 1, to the Chargers.
Yeah.
I just could. I could see things coming out the gate, just not working out the way it should. And maybe even if the first couple weeks. I would put some money on the Colts at 13-1, but then I would also watch the Colts. If they lose that week 1 game,
see if that goes up.
Maybe if they lose the 2, see if it goes up. Maybe you can get some even better odds.
Mm-hmm.
You get a 16-1, you get a 20-1 on the Colts.
That sounds just like the Patriots every year.
Step in there,
They'll win they'll lose those first couple of ones.
That's how you do it on the Patriots. If you want to bet the Patriots to win the Super Bowl, wait until like week 5, week 6, week 7 before you throw it in there, because they'll lose a few games. They'll do some experimentation, things like that. So I like the Colts there. The last one I'm going to say is the Eagles, dude.
Yeah?
I think the Eagles just have one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. I don't think Carson Wentz was fully back to himself last year.
Yeah.
I think with Foles now being gone down in Jacksonville, I don't know. Just something about the Eagles. I love their roster. 16-1 or 16, anywhere from somewhere between 16 and 18-1 is what you're looking at there.
You think Carson Wentz gets his identity back?
I think he does.
There's a team identity that changes kind of the Foles. Who's our quarterback, right? And I think that's gone now.
I think that. I think they're the better team in their division, and I think they win a first round bye.
Yeah,
I'm going to say the Eagles.
I'm with that.
I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles there. So that's what we can kind of wrap up on, man. Eagles. Let's move into let's go into sneakers.
Bet.
You said you wanted Springsteen in here?
Yeah. Should we get Springsteen back?
Why?
What
do you want to do?
I thought he'd like this shoe, man.
Springsteen.
I got the Travis Scotts. I'd like him to see these.
All right, that's fine. All right, let's look at them then.
I want to hear the F-bombs so we can piss off Monday Midsole.
Or do you want to hear the...
Whoa, yeah! Wow, these are great! Let me grab these joints real quick.
How's the ear feeling?
It feels exactly the same. Nothing has changed.
No break?
It got no better on the break?
Because I just called to get an appointment set up, and I guess for flushing my ear, the soonest appointment is next Tuesday.
Wow.
So if I can't do it myself, I might be like deaf for about a week.
Oh, Guy. Makes me sad.
It is what it is. It's life.
That's unfortunate. Sorry.
We need the goat back.
Punches.
Yeah, no shit.
Where's the goat?
I'm kind of excited to see this, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited to see this pair because there's been on Instagram, I've seen so many people saying, oh, the purple 4s are going to drop, or a different version of the Travis Scott 1 is going to drop. So it's kind of interesting to see that he's dropping a new low, and I'm kind of curious to see how the quality kind of matches up. Has there been issues with I
haven't seen
fake
not like the ones.
Real?
Yeah,
I haven't even really seen any fakes.
I haven't heard really anything like we had on the ones. The ones were a whole different ball game, but these,
they're both ones.
Yeah,
the highs, you mean?
Or the highs, yeah. Sorry. But yeah, I haven't seen much on these yet. But man, really, really like them. The Travis Scott Jordan 1 lows.
So these are the real ones, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Which a lot of people on Instagram, I put the video up and we got way more votes for fake.
Yeah.
A lot of people were like, oh, those are the fakes. Those are the fakes. I don't know what made people think that these were the fakes or reals.
Right.
I just kind of put it out there to see what people thought. Yeah.
As
I'd be curious to know.
The receipt from Nike, trying to block out kind of the address, because this was the homie that was able to secure this pair for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Muzz and his old lady.
Didn't get this off of StockX?
He got him off of
this
Sneakers.
was Sneakers app.
His homie
yeah.
hit.
So
Muzzy hit.
I was calling everybody
hit.
get on your Sneakers app. Get your Sneakers app. So
okay,
my boy
sure.
Muzz, his lady actually hit.
Sorry, I thought I saw something like a screenshot from StockX on your thing. So
my
I was like,
pair.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's where his pairs come from. Yeah.
Oh, this is your pair. Okay,
my
I was
pair.
so confused because it's like,
Guy,
where
it
the
says size 10 right inside there when you're
I
looking at it.
didn't look at the site. I didn't know you were getting a pair.
This is good though, because I wanted a sneakers pair
Yeah.
to compare with the fakes. I wanted a good quality.
sure.
You know, I wanted a couple different
Options.
a couple options. Yeah, wanted to get one from the Travis Scott website, from Nike, just to kind of compare, man. And that's what we got. So I'm excited about it.
Just
what
from
do you think?
face value, these are like pretty good.
Dude, I think those are sicker than the OG, than the highs.
The quality is just
The quality is super sick, and I love the black where there was cream or white before. I'd rather have black. I think the black is just sick.
Yeah.
Even though it's black suede and nubuck instead of leather,
Right.
I think that is so sick. Look at the inside. The inside of the shoe is just so clean. It looks so much nicer than the highs. Like the one on the highs where it's just like cream leather back behind it and then it's just a black swoosh. It looks so plain.
Yeah.
This makes such a difference when you see this big swoosh on the outside and then you flip it to the inside and you see the little swoosh. It just makes such a difference. Like, it just looks so cool. And maybe the fact that it's made out of suede, I don't know.
or it's the same color. As
Something
the rest
about
of
it, dude,
Yeah.
just pops
And
more to me.
the red
I love it more.
the red popping on that black really
Yeah.
looks good with the Cactus
Yeah.
Jack, you know, on that inside there,
On the
which is really sick.
ones, the checks are the same color, correct?
On the highs,
Yes.
No, one of them is black on the inside and it's cream on the out. Oh, no, wait. Yeah, they're both the same color. I'm sorry. It's a cream background. I'm looking at it in my head. It's a cream background with a black backwards check on the outside. And then it is the same on the inside, isn't it?
I think so.
I think it's a black check, but it's just
I was
a
just
small one.
kind of curious because I was like kind of thrown off by different colors, but I think that's kind of cool too.
That's what I love too.
just, like,
you're
blends
so
it
you're
in.
so right. That's what I was trying to say here a minute ago. That you made my point because the checks are different colors.
Yeah.
It
Because
looks-
on the OG high, it's
They're
black
ball-
and black.
it's black
and then
on
you
both
have,
sides. You're
'cause
right.
see, you have cream,
Yep.
black, and then cream
That's
in the
what
black.
makes these pop, JJ.
These
You're
pop.
right. That's what I was trying to say, but I said
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
I said it like an idiot. You got it correct. That's exactly why they look so much cooler to me. And I love the fact that
Well-
this cream on the outside, you get the cream on the
Correct.
tongue tag, Nike
Well,
Air.
and if you look at this, so the Cactus Jack on the inside is red on that black, so that pops.
Yes.
The stitching of the actual Cactus Jack logo on the backside is red. On the highs, it's black.
Right.
So it's more subtle, so it doesn't pop quite like these. So this is a more popping shoe, even though it is a low versus the high.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you
went
got that?
with your urban vernacular. This is a more popping shoe.
Yeah.
I see that. It's nice.
But no, I really like this shoe, man. I think it's pretty sick. I love the midsole, dude, where they do that cream instead of the white.
Yes.
And I know that they do that in the highs as well. But the quality of the suede nubuck is stupid sick. The quality of the outside check, the backwards check, is super, super nice and buttery as well. I love the 3 lace options. And the thing is, the black is probably cool. The pink should be cool. But I think the play is the red wax.
I think the red too.
The red wax, just because
Wax.
of the red Nike Air, the red Cactus Jack, the red actual logo versus the black logo. I just think it says, and nobody's put the red laces in. I think I have to be the guy, which means then I can't sell them.
Call them the cactus wax.
Cactus wax.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go with the red wax.
What do you
Why
think,
don't you go
JJ?
one each too? One red, one black. I think that'd be pretty dope
That'd
too.
be pretty dope. Yeah, just
my-
like we
my
do on
style.
our off-white Prestos.
Yeah.
One black, one blue.
To
Exactly.
see the shoe and to see the quality, I'm so happy that this happened because Travis Scott and Nike took such a hard hit from the one being just so awful.
You think they did? Why?
Or not
I
like
haven't-
not
I
a
haven't seen a
hit.
hard
I
hit.
just like
I haven't seen
don't know.
anyone not
Really?
being a fan anymore. I haven't seen anyone say F Astro World. I haven't seen anyone say I'm selling my tickets because the quality was crappy. I haven't even seen anyone say I'm not copying the shoes because the
I'm
quality's
just
crappy.
saying, like-
Look at the resale. 900 on the
True.
highs all of a sudden.
True.
900.
900
I just,
in my size, 1300.
not to shoot you down, JJ, but I just don't see that. I just don't see how
I
they
just
took a
thought
hit.
like just the fact that they actually were able to get it right the next shoe after because
I
they've
agree.
had
I
issues
agree.
in the
Love that
past
part.
with the 4s. The one was the worst one out of
the
the
4s were-
bunch.
the 4s
and
were
this
bad,
is
dude.
probably, I don't know, in my opinion here, I'm pretty sure that's the best
It's definitely
Travis
the nicest.
Scott
Oh, it's the nicest out of the 3.
out of the 4.
For sure.
It's 4 now, right?
What is it for? What's for?
Travis Scott's?
Yeah, the 4 models.
Four
like
models?
or 4
Because it has the 4,
Oh, the Air Force.
the
you're
Air
saying?
Force 1,
Yeah, 'cause you have the Air
and
Force.
then the 1.
Yeah, I forgot the Air Force. I was talking about that. We were just talking about Jordans. The Air Force.
where it has the
No,
grill on the
just
laces.
like Travis
Yeah.
Scott shoes.
Yeah.
The best out of it.
Yeah, I like this one the best. I
It
like
kind
this
of
one
makes
the
me
best for
wonder
sure.
what they're going to release next now.
The 6s, I think, are
Oh, yeah,
slated
that's right.
next. And they're talking an August release on the 6s,
Yes.
the olive ones with the
It's
little
still
side
unknown.
pocket. But yeah, still no release date yet. But those are the ones that are slated.
Where do you think resale goes on these? You think it sits where it's at now? You think it goes up or goes down?
Yeah, I think it sits
Where's it
where
at
it is, but it's only going to go up.
You think it will go up
in the
eventually?
future? Yes, but it sits. It's going to be
What?
stagnant.
How long can people get the price that it is now on it?
I'm going to say probably next month it starts going up a little bit when the next shoe comes out.
So once the next shoe drops, you're going to see some fluctuation.
I think you'll
start
up
seeing
on
some
this.
rise, actually.
Yeah. And then I would say 6 months from now, you're going to be over 1,000. 6 months from now, you'll be over 1,000 on this one.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I'd like to do that. I think mine have to go to the feet, though.
Yeah, I think I'm
I
going to
love
wear
them.
mine too, dude. I love
sick.
this shoe.
They're great. Are you sure, Dal? I don't know. I don't know if you do want to wear them. We talked extensively in your collection video, and you gave some good nuggets as to how you treat your collection, why you treat it the way you do, how you kind of view your collection and value your collection. So I'm excited for our Patreon subscribers to get first access to that. We'll put it up. You guys will have the private link before anyone else. We might put it out on YouTube after we drop both parts here in a few weeks or something, but you guys will definitely have first access, and it'll be your access for a while.
Yeah.
We won't put that out for anyone else until, I don't know, for a few weeks or so, I think. But that is the Jordan 1 Cactus Jack. I love it.
Oh, and
I love
does
it. I'm a
have
fan. What's up?
The I don't know, the Wings logo on the back on the other pair.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
Yes. One side is
The
Wings
Travis
logo.
Scott and the Wings logo.
Yeah. One side's the little man with the hair.
Apparently, there's a size 16 that someone's asking for 6 G's
Oh, jeez.
on the pair.
Oh, geez.
Oh, geez.
6 G's. All right. The next shoe
pair.
is the Solar Hue Glide from the Pharrell. It is the gray on gray
JJ, why
on
would you say
gray.
that? Why is it trash?
JJ,
It
these are
looks like
sweet.
my grandfather's shoe. There's
think
no
these are
life
cool,
in that
man.
shoe, man.
I think these are cool as hell. I love the gray.
God, we got Springsteen Ted God over here.
Dude, you
There's
know
no
why?
life in
you know why
those.
that did sound that did sound like Ted. You know why I like these? It's so different. There's not one speck of any other color
Right.
on the whole upper or the midsole or the outsole, unless you're looking at the boost underneath. But other than that, I mean, that is,
It's gray all day.
dude, I think it's cool. I think it looks super cool. I wouldn't think the same. I think about the white or the black, but since I've just never seen a triple gray,
I know, right?
it just looks clean, dude. And
They
it looks
got
like
the-
you could wear this thing and not mess it up at all. Wear this for months.
I know.
Before you had to wash it.
I don't have any pairs currently that have gray boost. So I'm pumped to have
You
it.
do have some creasing on the mesh out of the box.
Out of the box.
Well,
But,
how many pairs
that's
actually
okay.
have this like gray boost?
Oh, the Super Bowl.
Dude, no, that's silver. That's a
is it?
shiny silver boost.
So
right.
this
I
is the
haven't seen-
only one?
A matte gray boost like that?
I haven't seen one yet.
I don't know
either,
if
now
I've
that I
ever
think
seen
about
a
it.
matte gray boost.
Okay.
You might be right on that.
Nah.
Because those are silver. I thought those were similar.
Yeah,
but
Super
I
Bowls.
never owned any of those pairs.
I did.
And they're
owned multiple pairs.
completely different.
Yep.
Wow.
I owned the uncaged version, and then oh no, wait, maybe I only had one pair. But yeah, dude, they were silver. They were shiny silver. This
Yeah.
is not close.
This is not. This is a matte boost.
It's like a
gray.
matte gray.
Yeah.
Matte
I will
boost.
say they do feel comfortable.
Oh, look at this
there you are.
guy.
Welcome back.
But considering where Adidas is headed, I'm just surprised they are making such neutral shoes because
How are
For
you?
like
How are you
Mark-
surprised? Look at Kanye.
I know
Kanye's the most neutral
He's the
guy of all
neutral guy.
time. Look at
Neutral
his.
guy.
Yeah. Go on. Sorry.
I feel like they just need some shoes that will really pop and catch eyes.
Like the 350 Glow.
Like all the new
Yeah,
Ultra Boosts that are coming
exactly.
out with the bright yellow outsole and the bright purple outsole.
Have you seen
and the
those?
bright
No, I
red
have not.
outsole.
Now it's still a 4.0
Or boost.
upper, but they're doing like this blue. They're doing a yellow boost. They're doing
Red.
all
What
these
if they
different-
would have what if they create like a 5.0? I don't even
Here's
know
the thing
if
about
that's
it.
a
Here's the thing
thing,
about Boost,
but-
man. Here's the thing. We just need to have this conversation really quickly. People need to understand this. With all the Boost is dead people, all the people that hate Adidas, all the people that whatever the case may be.
Right.
You got to understand when Adidas set out to make the Ultra Boost, they set out to make an incredible running shoe, a great running shoe. They didn't set out to make a hype shoe. They didn't set out to change the sneaker game. They didn't set out to change the sneaker culture. That's what they were going to do with Kanye and Yeezy, and that was going to be that.
Right.
Ultra Boost grew organically into something more than they could have ever expected, more than they could have ever known. And so for that reason, they were not ready for what happened.
Right.
So what happened here? All of a sudden, it took them a couple years. They got ready. They gauged the hype. They built up. They ramped up. Well, guess what happened? Then they started to push out too many models, and that fine line in the sand that people drew between cool and limited became overstocked and overflooded, and it just the bottom of the market fell out. And Adidas did not intend for that to happen. They didn't intend. This is not something that they went in here and people are like, oh, Adidas doesn't know what they're doing. They don't know how to market their running shoes. They don't know how to whatever. Same thing with the Ultra Boost 19 and now with the Ultra Boost 20. People are like, well, those don't look cool. Those aren't cool. They're not. The whole point of the shoe isn't to look cool. They're still setting out to make
an athletic shoe,
a great running shoe, dude. That's the whole goal. That was the goal from the beginning, and we turned it into more.
Yeah.
We brought Ultra Boost hype. We gave it everything it is and was. And
true.
We built it to what it is. They weren't trying to do that. That was for their Pharrells. That was for their Yeezys. Ultra Boost just kind of got swept up in the whole mayhem and the whole tornado of it all. But that was never the intent. That was just a great running shoe.
If you take the Adidas and the human logo off of there, that's probably like a $10 shoe.
I don't know. I bet you that shoe's mad comfortable.
Yeah, they are.
But I'm just saying, what I was just saying with that was just you're paying for the brand name and what's like,
and the comfort.
I don't know. You're paying a little bit, for that comfort, for that technology.
I mean,
Boost is still obviously not cheap. I know Adidas does not primarily own the rights to that anymore because you have New Balance and Puma making a similar type of technology with that Boost material. But it's not that cheap to make them. But I mean, that's any shoe. Look at this Travis Scott. You think that costs more than $10 to make that shoe? Absolutely not.
Yeah. And I just say all that to be just to say, like, guys,
mass-produced crap.
Everyone that's mad about the way the 2019 looks or the 2020 looks or whatever, I don't have any in my collection either. I get it.
I don't either.
But I'm not a runner. So it makes sense to me. Like, I'm not mad at Adidas because they're now creating silhouettes that I don't find they're that sick.
Right.
It's not like they intended to create the original Ultra Boost to make it like the sickest looking lifestyle shoe and just to look cool. It was a running shoe that
it just happened.
It just looked cool.
Performance is still always at the forefront.
But yeah, dude, like it was the most comfortable thing you'd ever put on, and it looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not the coolest, not the greatest styled shoe in the world. It was the most comfortable though.
Absolutely.
And once you put it on, the look became secondary. After a while, the look started to become primary. People forgot about Boost. People forgot about the technology and why they really fell in love with the shoe overall. And they just became aesthetics and look and colors and pop and all this stuff that Adidas never intended. And then when they come out with the 2019 and everyone's like, well, what the hell? And then they show the 2020 the other day and everyone's killing it on Twitter.
Sure.
It's like they're running shoes, guys. They're running shoes. They're made for running, you know?
Yep, no doubt.
That's my take.
I agree with some of that. Yeah, I don't think Adidas like tried to do that. I think that just kind of happened organically and naturally, and all of a sudden then they had to start doing consortiums and all these different partnerships. I think they did as good as they could do.
Yeah.
And now they're still performance is the forefront and trying to make these work, and us hype beasts are just like, man, that's not good.
Well, on this pair you got right here, retail on these was what?
$160,
and I think they'll be under retail on StockX, if not already, within a few weeks, right?
Yep.
Don't you think?
I think so.
So if you're wanting to get a pair, just wait it out.
Yeah, I think you should be able to get this pair for $120, maybe even as low as $110 eventually. It sounds like a lot of people
How
try.
low do they usually go?
The Solar Glides, I think I bought the Chinese New Year's, and I bought those when Adidas did like a 30 or 40% off. I got those things for $96.
Okay, so that wasn't from StockX though.
No, that was from Adidas directly. So I think you'll probably see these somewhere in that 110, 120.
Very quickly before we move on, before we move into YouTube comments. Do you guys have anything more in sneakers?
No.
The only other sneaker coming out this week, this Saturday, cool gray 4s. I'm definitely going to get a pair. I love gray. Obviously, love this shoe.
Do you think those will be under retail?
I think they have the potential of being under retail, yes.
Under retail on StockX or just from sites? Just for stores sitting?
Eventually, it'll be from sites, but yeah, I think StockX, you should be able to get those under retail in probably 2 weeks after the release.
Okay.
Maybe a week and a half.
Okay. Last question. The Woodstock Ultra Boost that went crazy on Twitter and all this stuff. I put them up on my feed. Everything there. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Really quickly before we go to YouTube comments, we don't need it long.
I don't need them.
Are you copying?
No.
Okay.
No. Don't need them. Don't need to have them.
Do those go into retail? Do those sit and go into retail?
So you're talking about the Nice Kicks collab,
Yes.
right? Just making sure. It sounds like the materials are not very, very good. They didn't do a very good job dyeing the material, so you see leaks of that, like that 4.0 material. So I think with that, yes, I do think they will go under retail. I don't know what the time frame is,
Wow.
but yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Will they sit or will they sell out though?
I think they'll sell out, but then
then
you'll
they'll
be
go
able to
under
get them
retail.
StockX under
Even with
retail.
the Nice Kicks tag on the front.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think it's done very well.
All right.
I think when people get them in the hands, you're gonna see an uprage. I think Ted already started kind of talking about the miss.
An uprage, not even an uproar. Just an uprage.
Uprage.
Not an outrage, but not an uproar, an uprage.
Uprage.
I like it.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Had to give the Dallisms. What would the show be
Dallisms.
without Dallisms?
Not a lot.
That's
I
what
don't
I
know
thought.
if we know if we'd have a show.
We would not. Good thing we have Stringer here in the ear problems.
Exactly.
Great.
We all right, let's move into the YouTube comments.
Uprage. Weird.
Let's get a little underground or a little I want to call it underground music. background music. A little music underneath the segment.
Underground.
I don't know, too many thoughts. Not fully back. Plus I'm going to Winter Park.
Nice.
Mine's already on vacay.
Yeah, mine's already on work.
I feel.
Nah, it sucks. All right, let's see. My man Danny Belton up first here. Not allowed to use Mike Vick in Madden? I remember playing Madden on Dreamcast, queuing up the Vikings and having Culpepper bomb it to Moss every single play. You might as well say no Wario in Mario Kart, no Odd Job in GoldenEye, no Scorpion in Mortal Kombat with the laughing emojis.
It's fair.
Dan, take it easy here, guy, for 1 second, okay? First of all, I know you were not queuing up Madden on Dreamcast, bombing over the top with Culpepper to Moss in the Vikings, because that was not Madden. That was called NFL 2K. And I used to play the same thing on Dreamcast. Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss over the top. I get it, but it wasn't Madden, guy. It was Dreamcast. Or it was Dreamcast, but
Yeah.
it wasn't Madden. It was
2K.
NFL 2K. Yeah.
I was too busy
NFL
playing
2K.
Virtua Tennis on Dreamcast. That's all I played.
I remember that one too.
Virtua Tennis
Fire.
is sick.
Dreamcast was like the first system where they took like the arcade games
Yeah.
and like made them like they were like at home. It was like a lot of the same style. Sega
Totally.
did a lot of that, you know. He finishes up here. As far as the podcast growing to a larger audience, I think you guys need to be guests on other casts with a different audience. Just look at Brendan Schaub and all those comedians all doing each other's shows all the time.
Yeah.
That's how we learn about other casts out there. They all grow together. Just a thought, you guys are polished enough to be pushing Menendez and Ridge Wallet. I don't even know what that is. Is that like high-end brands?
I don't know what the Manita is, but I know the Ridge Wallet. Tom Stefaniak is pushing that.
MeUndies.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's MeUndies.
Oh,
They just
MeUndies.
ran together. There should be like a hyphen. I think it's hyphenated.
Oh,
You could be polished enough to be pushing MeUndies and Ridge Wallet. That's what he's talking about.
Gotcha.
So he's just saying products. Dan, I appreciate your confidence in us.
thank
bro.
you, man.
Love it. Love it. Dirty DJ up next. Firecast, fellas. Man, love this football talk. Definitely getting hyped for football season. Dow, all over my Ravens. Hope he's right. Look at that. Because I
Wow.
said they're going under. You said over.
Oh, yeah.
Look forward to seeing Flacco bring some of the magic to you guys as well. TTF sent you a DM on IG for a possible segment for football season. I'll have to check that out, Dirty DJ. My shit's
Sick.
been blowing up over the weekend. He said, man, the tape on Hill is below not good. I couldn't have him on my fantasy squad just with his history of punching his GF in the stomach when she was pregnant. This just reinforces that stance. Dow with the Steelers under 9, for sure they are in the ruins then.
Yeah.
Flips to if they can win 11 based on the schedule. LMAO. It's a classic look. He's talking about Dow going back and forth, flip-flopping the last episode. First of all, it was over under 9 on the Steelers.
Right.
Then all of a sudden they're winning 11 games. He's saying figure it out, Dow.
Yeah.
I'm going to be I'll take a little
Take
L
that
on
L
that
on the way out.
because I didn't give Dow a lot of time to do the research. I kind of came in and was like, yo, dude, want to research this segment? I've done some research on these bets, and I kind of just threw him the shit. So I'll partially take the blame there.
Yeah.
my
I talked
bad.
myself
I don't
into
like,
it and then
throwing-
out of it.
Yes. He finishes up. Looking forward to seeing Dow's collection video as well on the Patreon. Going back to the TED cast, the hoe laces and him roasting on Dow with the New Balances was gold. Dow, I agree though. For $17, it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Shot. Definitely need to get Dirty Earn in the mix next time. Hope there's a cast today, but if not, I'll have some TTF feature footage to hold me over till next week's cast. Keep up the good work, fellas. With the high fives and the hands up emoji.
Nice.
Dirty DJ. Love it. Appreciate you, dog. As always, Golden Eye. Yo, good to be back in the comments section. TTF, with the new studio, any chance of the most underrated box logo tee with the first drop? Oh, he's talking about, so for the with the new studio for the first merch drop. Any chance of a podcast underrated or a most underrated podcast box logo tee? It just came to my mind since Supreme is opening a new store in San Francisco this fall/winter 19 season, and they're probably going to put out a new box logo tee for the grand opening, just like they usually
What the
do.
hell? Why don't they just open somewhere else? California already has enough.
They don't have enough, guy. It's never enough.
Apparently.
He continues on here. Jack T, welcome to the cast. Most underrated ain't going nowhere. The show is amazing. Everything is polished and most importantly, consistent. Sound is always on point. Music selection is well thought out. Topics discussed are interesting, and the overall flow of this show is fun. Definitely underrated. Shall we look back at Crew Talk for reference? Cue the shots. All right, just let me give you guys some reference. So Jack T came in here, I think, talking some shit about the show, and my man Golden Eye's not having it, so he's laying down a little roast here.
Was it Jack T or Kyle T?
He says Jack T.
Gotcha.
Shall we take a look back at Crew Talk for reference? Cue the shots. Better bust out the machine gun. That's pretty funny. More than just shots. I should have had more machine gun shots ready to go. He said Kais had over 500,000 subs on his Crew Kicks channel where Crew Talk was uploaded. His podcast wasn't even mediocre. It was straight up terrible, except the one with Teddy, but he still got 30 to 100,000 views. Crew Talk 2.0 lasted 7 episodes, 5 more than the original 2017 Crew Talk, and it is officially dead now. Hopefully for good this time. I actually left a comment 4 months ago predicting this would happen. Something along the lines of once Kais is done interviewing all 5 of his YouTube friends, Crew Talk would be finito. RIP Crew Talk. Shots. There you go.
His 5 friends.
Golden Eye.
LOL.
I love it. So funny.
Damn.
So funny. I love it. Next up, the homie Harris coming through. You still hanging with Blicky Black, the president? Yes, I am. I love Black Prez. Black Prez is my guy. Adam Baker up next. At Kyle K. You should put on some sunscreen after that roast. Go drink another Monster and punch some drywall. Jeez. All right, we got to get to the Kyle K comment because everyone's just roasting my man here. I don't even know why I call him my man. He's not really my man. Everyone's roasting this kid. All right, so he basically came through. Probably should do more research next time. A lot more shit you were leaving out about Tyreek Hill. So I just politely replied, okay, drop some knowledge. What was left out?
Right.
When people leave comments like that on the show, I've said this multiple times, please elaborate. I can't understand what you're trying to say. This is not a call. You're not on the phone here, so we can't have a dialogue back and forth. I don't really want to go back and forth with you 5 times in the YouTube comments in order to understand your point. So just make your point in the comments. Let me understand it so I can read it on the show and we can move along. Or you can make the show better. So instead, I have to ask you, what did he not do? Or what was left out? I'm confused.
Right.
He continues, or he replies, well, maybe you should mention the text messages that show Crystal admitting she lied and Tyreek did nothing to him, or the fact that there's an 11-minute full audio, not the clickbaity 2-minute audio you used. Yes, it does have more context. He denies multiple things, including the shit that happened in 2014, the first time it happened. And yes, this whole audio was trying to bait him. I said, so because he denies doing it in an 11-minute audio clip, does that mean he didn't do anything? I asked if he was new here or if he's new to radio. I asked because no show is ever going to play an 11-minute audio clip. It's fucking 11 minutes, and that's exactly what I said here. Who in the hell has time for that? A host or a listener? 11 minutes. Just because you're sticking up for a child abuser and don't agree with our take doesn't mean we did our job wrong. It means you don't agree, and that's the end. And that's where I left it, because that's true.
Sure.
We can have our take. You can have your take. If you like Tyreek Hill that much and you're this big of a fan and you don't think this man did anything wrong to that child or to his wife, then we're going to disagree. And that's where we can leave it. But don't try to come in here and tell me I'm doing my show wrong or I'm not doing enough research.
Yeah.
You know what I'm like? Come on, my guy.
Over clickbaity?
Right.
That's weird, dog.
So he gets a response. Ryan comes through. Kyle K. First of all, go read the text exchange between the couple. If that's not a staged exchange, I don't know what is. It's crap. The line he says in the audio about, you should be afraid of me too, bitch, quote unquote, should have been enough for any real man to prosecute that MF. Second of all, if there was ever an 11-minute clip during a cast that I'm hooked into, I would be super pissed. Just get the juice and make sure you explain the context and what's going on, which if you pay attention, TTF does state. There's another 9 minutes of audio. It's not important what's said. It's not important to the case. Haters behind keyboards are the worst. That's exactly what I said. We'll give my man Ryan a shot. That's exactly what I said. There is more audio. You can go listen to it for yourself. Dig it up. It is what it is.
Yeah.
What? So because a man said I didn't do something on an audio means he didn't do anything on the audio? What are we? You're taking everything everyone says at face value? If you're doing that, Kyle, you gotta get off YouTube, guy. Life's gonna be rough. If you're taking everything that everyone says at face value, rough.
Yeah.
Why can't you take what I said at face value then? We don't have answers. Conley up next. Wonder if the Chiefs will pay him. Hard to root for these child/wife abusers. Couldn't agree more. And then, oh, geez. My man Jay Nasty.
He goes in hard.
Dude, you going to take 2 minutes to explain what you mean? What WTF is wrong with you? Dow and TTF both commented that there could be more to it. In fact, I planned to add to it when I had time. But leaving a comment like this aggravates the shit out of me. And you will absolutely get slaughtered in here. You're lucky that I'm busy or I'd be taking you to school, fool. You catch that rhyme? Yeah, that's what I thought. Stay in your lane. At Kyle K, you beat kids? You think this cool to have your own flesh and blood open their arms so you can punch them in the chest for crying? Just because you have a pinup of Tyreek Hill above your bed doesn't mean you get a pass for being a shitbag father. Or just doesn't mean he gets a pass. He gets a pass for being a shitbag father. Keep rubbing one out to Tyreek and continue to stick up for the kid. I'll continue to stick up for the kid. Kyle K, are you some version of a Kardashian? Take this drama somewhere else. Standing up for people who abuse children makes you one of them. My goodness. Wow. Jay Nasty, I couldn't even convey the passion. That was crazy.
I'm sweating over here, Jay Nasty, but I love every minute of it.
Jay Nasty, the Mad City Man, dude.
He's the coolest.
The ADD comment a couple weeks ago was so funny. Yeah, that guy is great. Thank you for always adding to the show. All of you guys that came through there, man, thank you guys for having our back and adding to the show and understanding what we're trying to do with the show. Yeah. Again, we're not always going to agree. The people that have our back there, we're not always going to agree. But I know you guys are smart enough to know that an opinion's an opinion, a show's a show, and we all move forward from there. It's really no deeper than that. Stephen Ryan up next. Do you guys watch Last Chance U on Netflix? Love the first 2 seasons, but the 3rd season wasn't too good.
Not good.
4th season just dropped last week. Well worth a watch. Dude, I started watching the first season, and then I just got wrapped up in other things. And I haven't been locked in on a TV show for a minute. I'm just so busy with trying to do the cast full time, trying to do all this. So no, but I did watch the very first season with, what the hell was the kid's name? Tate Martell.
Yeah. That's the just so I know, because I haven't watched it all. That's the football joint about the community college, yeah?
No, high school, dude.
Oh, okay,
well,
gotcha.
All-American or?
Last Chance U, it was high school when I saw it. I don't know what the 4th season is. I don't know enough to say it, but I need to get back into it, dude.
Gotcha.
So you're not up on it either?
No.
We got to get in on it.
Yeah.
Steven, thank you for the comment, bro. Jay Nasty, the Mad City Madman. He's back again.
He's back.
JJ, my man, bringing up the Turkey Bowl. They blew it off. Let's see if it happens. You warned them. All right, let me Nasty, calm down, Nasty. Let me get it. I blew it off because JJ brought up the Turkey Bowl in the middle of a segment that we were talking about something completely different. He runs in to the middle.
Okay, you were talking about doing a Madden tournament.
No, I was talking about streaming on Twitch with Madden. I was just talking about maybe streaming on Madden.
And also doing a tournament or something on the lines of that.
Oh, a DraftKings tournament maybe?
No, Madden.
I never brought up. Did I bring up a Madden tournament?
You were talking about playing against somebody.
So then where does the Turkey Bowl get injected?
I was just saying, you were talking about, you just didn't have enough time to do that. And I was like, why don't you put more focus on the Turkey Bowl, which might be even bigger than just setting up for Madden streaming?
So the correlation was football and competition of sorts?
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So, but you brought that up in the middle of talking about.
I need a fully
whatever I was talking about, the Madden thing.
You got to run it back.
But then we go back. I know I've got to run it back.
You have to run it back.
No, dude, I ran it back 5 times. It was so shitty. You don't want me to run it back.
Don't run it back.
Trust me, it's not good, dude.
Okay.
It comes out of nowhere in the middle of the Turkey Bowl thing. So of course I no-sold it. That's a wrestling term, if you don't know. So of course I just no-sold the Turkey Bowl. I said, okay, cool, we'll get there. Because then in my mind I'm like, it's July. How could we start coordinating and set up a Turkey Bowl in July? Do people know what they're doing on Thanksgiving morning right now? I don't think so.
Probably not.
How can you get anyone's commitment in July? I can't even get people to commit to something 2 weeks down the line. July? We're in July and we're talking about Thanksgiving? We're talking about the end of November? Yeah. You want commitment from people for a Turkey Bowl? That's why we blew it off. Let's see if it happens. You warned them. That's why that happened, Nasty. Okay? Because it's July. That's why. That's for both of you. You guys should check out Joe Rogan's podcast with Travis Barker. Not only is it a great look into Travis's life, but ironically, they talk about the difference between wheat in America and Europe. how the scientists in the United States engineered our wheat to be bigger and better. They were looking for bigger yield. Hard to believe, huh? Yeah, right. Anyway, it explains a lot about gluten issues that some people have. The wheat here in the U.S. is just too hard to digest. Greedy bastards. Look at Jay Nasty putting out some, that's on the Joe Rogan podcast with Travis Barker. Nice. All right, Jay Nasty putting out some stuff to listen to there. If you need more content, go check that out. Con Lee up next. Boys, what up? The behind-the-scenes stuff was fire. Well worth the $10.
Nice.
Appreciate you, Con Lee. More of it's coming. Bruff F, Hill is trash. Very simply put. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm messing this all up. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we go. Mike the Man. Mike the Man. Opening with the Kinks. Actually, let me give that. Sorry, I got to give Bruff a shots there. Hill is trash. Opening with the Kinks. What the fuck? Incredible open. I think Stringstein was referring to Dude Looks Like a Lady when he was asking about Aerosmith with the song for the trans individual. He definitely was.
Definitely. That was our bad on that one.
No, I think I said it.
Did you?
Yep. You can run the audio back.
I'll have to do that.
By the way, I'm not sure, but I think tranny is no longer PC, boys. LMAO. Is it not? That's not what you say now?
It's hard telling, man.
It's hard keeping
I
up,
can't
right?
keep up.
Norwal Music. Great video with the heart. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Love that.
Great video. Heart.
So I play the homie T-Mobile up next. So I play golf in a work tournament once a year, and I think I'm going to get the Terra Kigers to flex on them.
Dope.
The only thing I dislike about them is the spikes for post-tourney wear. You think they do good with them cut down and shaved? I haven't seen them like that in person yet, but I can't believe no one else has done it, especially with the resale on them being pretty reasonable. I'm pretty crafty and do a lot of customizing, so I'm sure I can get this done to where it looks factory. Let me know if you guys think I'm crazy or if I should go for it. Dow.
I wouldn't say I'm a golfer, but I golf at least once or twice a week.
You golf a lot. Dow.
Once or twice a week.
That's not
okay.
a golfer?
I don't know. I
do you mean?
I'm stating that I'm not great. I think a golfer is
Okay.
like if you call yourself a golfer, you're pretty damn good. You're going to go out there and you're going to take some names.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just working on my swing, man. I'm just trying to enjoy the weather. You know, it's like Robin hiking. I'm going to go out and golf. And I'm just going to enjoy the beauty and try to get some holes. Try to get some hole-in-ones. That's it. But that being said, I would not shave those down.
No.
I would use the spikes for what they are, and I'd rock the shit out of those. Leave them.
I don't have any preference, dude. I don't golf enough to tell you. I hack. I don't even consider myself a golfer. Me,
Sure.
I go out and hit the course. I can play with my friends. But when I say I'm like mad competitive, I have a lucky round here and there.
Yeah.
I do okay, but I don't put enough work in it to be good.
If I quit and go full time, can we golf?
Yes.
Sick.
Oh, dude, that'd be
Featured footage all day.
stop. Yeah, exactly. Stop messing around.
Okay, got it.
He continues along. Also, I didn't get my comment in last time on the cast, but I am not a fan of Teddy, mostly because of all his negativity. Call me crazy, but he seems a little more. But he seems a little sexist. I really was bothered by how much he went at Dow, especially on his own show. And as you couldn't be more spot on with Daniel Belton being Danny B. That's his nickname since high school. Nice. Okay.
Nice.
I as far as Ted goes, I mean, yeah, he's take him or leave him.
Yeah, he's
his own guy.
Opinionated guy.
Yep.
And just feels a certain way.
Super opinionated.
And he lets everybody know.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
There's no questioning on that.
Lastly, I agree you were 100% the most underrated. I can't believe you guys don't hit 5,000 plus views every cast. I bet that dude was one of Teddy's followers, and that was his first episode listening. Oh, funny. Way to end the comment there. T-Mobile, my guy, always repping the cast. Steven, not going to lie. JJ, I think that's
Nice.
homage
You're
to
not
you.
helping me, man. I'm trying to stop.
Not going to lie, I was pretty happy when I heard you talk about how the time difference screwed up golf for you last weekend, because that's how I feel for the whole football season. This year, the season opener between the Bears and Packers kicks off after 1 a.m. for me. So I'm always watching the highlights or staying up super late to watch games. Below, not good.
Not good.
Wow.
Yeah, that sucks.
I couldn't imagine going through football season like that. That would be the worst.
That'd be a nightmare.
Absolutely.
Landon,
awful.
stoked to have my football talk back on the cast. Can't wait for fantasy football. This is one of my favorite segments. And I also love golf, so some golf content would be sick too. Great cast, fire emoji.
Nice.
Landon, appreciate you, dog. Ryan Rodriguez up next. Hey guys, I'm a pretty new viewer, but I just want to say the show is really good and I love what you're doing. I think that those shorter highlight videos are cool because they're kind of like a trailer if people want more. They can watch the actual podcast. That's why I started watching recently. As for the gunshot effects, not my favorite, but if you like it, then keep doing it. I bet if you replaced them with a clown horn or something, everyone would miss the gunshots. Laughing emoji. Exactly.
That's true.
Love that comment because it's do what you want to do. Screw what everyone else thinks. They're not going to be happy anyway. That's exactly what Ryan said there. I'm so happy to have you as a viewer for the cast, bro. I'm so happy to have you in the comments. And the best part of that was, they're not my favorite, but if you like them, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Dude, how old are you, bro? Some people could pick up some game from you. I hope you're like 14 too.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to Ryan. Appreciate that comment. Love that comment. Purple Swag, a massive vote for Dirty Earn on the show. Keep it rolling, fellas.
Sure.
Appreciate it. Purple Swag.
We'd like to have him as well.
Paul F. Hey, franchise. I don't know if you've spoken about it somewhere or not, but can you give a quick little update as to what happened after your house caught fire? Like how many shoes you lost, what you were able to salvage, do you still live in the same house, etc. So let me hit that first. He has another question after that. The house fire. Lost about, I don't know, I would say 30% of the collection. Not too bad, 30 to 40% ruined. Some heat, some not heat. A lot of the stuff that, and even if for the heat pairs that weren't ruined, boxes were ruined. Pretty much every shoe box I had got ruined. So that's where it really took my heat pairs. Even the pairs that were DS and I could that had good resale value, it made them worth a lot less because I couldn't, you have to have the box to ship them to StockX. I could sell them on GOAT as dead stock, but no box. Of course, you're still taking a hit there. So it sucked, man. It wasn't fun. No, I don't live in the same house. I bought a condo right after that. It was probably one of the better things that ever happened to me because it put me in a back to the wall situation and propelled me to make some adult decisions, dude. I decided at that point, all right, this is it. Like, I'm not going to rent anymore. There's no point for me to rent anymore. And I was kind of saving up money, but this really gave me that violent shove I needed into purchasing. So I was able to buy a condo, not my dream home by any means, not the sickest place ever, but it's enough room for me, my stuff, what I want to do, and it'll get me by for now with a cheaper mortgage. And that's what I really wanted. I didn't want to overextend myself. I also don't do yard work. I'm busy. I don't have kids. I don't have any pets. I don't need a house. I don't want to take care of a yard. It's just not something I needed. So that's what I did, man. I took that L on the way out, and
take that L on the way out.
I went and bought a condo, and life has been good since. Did he say? Oh no, he didn't say how the house caught fire. It was a bum throwing cigarettes in the weeds over by my house, which caught a wooden fence on fire and caught my house on fire. Yep. Super whack. He finishes up another quick question. I'm also not sure if you shave your head for style or if you're bald, but I'm 24 years old and been balding since 17. It's a major shot to the confidence and I never leave the house without a hat. What have you done to help you deal with it? Honestly, Paul, this is a good question, man. I think this is a question that a lot of guys, it sucks, dude, because guys are shamed for being bald, just like they're shamed for being short. You have a little dick, you're getting shamed, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I try to count the blessings, man. I'm very, very fortunate to be blessed with being tall. I'm a tall guy.
You can't change that.
You can't change the tall.
Yeah.
I got hit with bald. I have a big ass nose. I have a lot of shit that's not that cool, about me. But I have a lot of really cool things about me. I got blessed with a cool personality. I got blessed with a pretty cool voice. A lot of people like the voice. I got blessed with...
Pretty cool beard.
The beard is cool. I can actually grow a beard.
The beard is not weird.
Right. So I look at that, dog. Like, I look at the blessings. I try to count the things that I'm really thankful for. And that's what I try to use to build my confidence. I'm bald as fuck. Not bald as fuck, sorry. I can grow hair. It's just I'm receding here in the front. So it doesn't grow in super clean. Yeah. It doesn't grow in super nice like Dallas. I don't think you really have much receding here. No. So as I get older, this is going to get thinner and thinner and thin out. And that's the thing, man. There's nothing you can do about it. It's from your mom's dad's side is what they say. So my grandpa in New Jersey,
I was actually
that's
hearing
where it comes
from both sides, but
oh really?
Yeah,
it could be, but there's a more dominant force. It's usually going to be more dominant towards one side.
My dad has a badass head of hair, dude. Badass. I have, and I do not even have anything close.
Yeah,
my dad's got a full mane, so that's why I've heard the mother's father's side,
gotcha.
and it's definitely living true for me.
Sure.
What is your? Oh yeah, we talked about that. What is your dad's mom?
My dad's mom, dude, awesome hair. Awesome hair.
So that's you.
Yeah.
Look
So,
at you.
got
Great
lucky.
hair. Got the mullet. Got lucky.
Yeah. I'll
Exactly.
answer part of this question for him as well. So what else does franchise do to get the confidence up? We go to training camp, we take the hat off, and we get sunburned heads.
Yeah, we got.
That's what we do.
I got burned up at training camp. If you missed that on the IG story, I put that on there. But no, man, I used to. I didn't start balding as young as you. I probably started balding around like 25, 26. Maybe it started to kind of creep back.
Yeah.
And then I shaved my head to help a friend benefit from cancer. Everyone was shaving their head.
Nice.
And I just kind of liked it at that point, and I just kind of kept shaving it. And I knew I was kind of receding, but I just kind of had that military cut look. And I would just hit it with the number 2 or number 1 razor, just go. Then eventually I started, going lower, no guard. Then I just started shaving my head bald. And I did really like it. I liked the smooth feel of it. I liked the smooth look.
I've never seen you with hair.
Yeah, dude. No.
I've never known
Ever
you with
since
hair.
we've known each other. Yeah, we've known each other. So I've been shaving my head for a long time before I was really like bald. Or
You think
needed
10 years
to.
plus?
Yeah, dude.
Easy.
If you needed to be, but I would say focus on the things that are good, dude. And if it's confidence as far as ladies or pulling ladies or just going out without a hat, just remember this, dog. People are, especially when you go out, no one gives a fuck about how you look, dog. People are too concerned about how they look. Everyone's looking at themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone's worried about how they look. They're not looking at the next guy unless you're walking around like with some like your shit's just really fucked up. Like you need some real deal help. Where it's like, oh, that guy, what is going on there? And he's head turn.
Yeah.
If you're not turning heads when you're rolling by because you smell or because you're looking just outlandish, no one's gonna give a shit, dude. Just another bald dude.
Work on charm.
Yeah.
Work on charisma. Work on owning your space, owning the room.
Yep.
Make you, dude. You'd be walking on water.
Here's what I will say
time.
too, Paul, and this might be great for all of our other listeners.
And
that
taking
are bald.
dudes and chicks home. Whatever you want.
Right, exactly.
Hell yeah.
Dude, for everyone else that's bald, I would this is going to be cool, man. I'm actually going to go through a process, and Avery, do you know Avery? You know Avery. Avery.
I don't know Avery.
So Avery does microblading with eyebrows.
Oh, sick.
She also does scalp micropigmentation. So I'm going to actually have this. We agreed to do it. She's like, I'll do it for you 100% free. I'll hook you up. I just want to do it for you, blah, 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 blah. So what she's going to do, dude, is she's going to take my scalp, and she basically does these tiny, tiny little dots where their hair follicles are. She just puts little dots, and it gives you the appearance of full hair. But it's just a very light, kind of like how I just shaved my head today, right?
Yeah.
I just shaved my head. You see on the side, you see how like it shows the hair underneath, right? Well, on the top, you don't have as much of that because you're bald. It's right here.
Sure.
You see that? When I look down, it's not that much. So she's going to create a natural looking hairline. Wow. It's not going to be like boxed off or not. Like I'm not going to look like a Puerto Rican.
Can you get the box? Can you get the circle?
You can do whatever you want.
Right.
I'm not going to have that. I'm just going to have like a natural looking hairline.
You're not going to do the box logo.
I've filmed promotional videos and helped her out doing some stuff for her brand and everything.
Okay.
With her doing it on other clients, and it looks badass, dude.
No shit.
It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while now. And she's like, yo, I really want to do this for you. It was a super mutual thing. She's been the homie, like super cool. So she's going to hook it up, dude. So I'm excited to see kind of how that goes, and I'll let you know. I'll let you know. But yeah, man, honestly, I would say to wrap this whole thing up, just be confident. I've always worn hats. I mean, again, since you know me, I've worn hats since a young kid. I've been a hat wearing kid. A lot of people say wearing hats can cause baldness too. I'm not. I think it can pull out some hair and stuff like that, but I don't think that's the root.
It doesn't.
Root cause
right here. It
right.
doesn't.
You might like lose a couple here and there, but nothing.
But I mean,
for sure.
ever since I started playing baseball as a young kid, I mean, I was hats.
Yeah.
I was hats from
Same
a young
thing.
age.
I'm Hat City.
If I didn't have to go to school, if I could wear a hat at school, and especially once high school hit, we could wear hats in my high school.
Yeah.
You could wear hats to school. Could you at yours?
No.
What?
No.
Oh, dude.
Kansas, no.
Could you at yours? No. Oh, jeez. What are you guys doing? Yeah, we could wear hats, dude.
Yeah.
So in high school, hat it up.
Hat City.
Fitteds too. Mad fitteds.
Hat
Then I started
City.
getting a collection
Hat
of fitteds.
City.
And so, yeah, then that's way before I was bald or anything. I was just always a hat guy. So I've always worn hats. I like hats. I like the way I like my looking hats. I don't like to get my head too sunburned. Sometimes I like to go out. Here's what I would say. If you're bald, make sure you get a little bit of a tan if you're of a lighter pigment like myself. You know what I mean? Luckily, I tan up pretty good. But if you're bald, make sure you get a tan on the head. So that's what I'll say, Paul.
Thomas the Tanchise.
Thomas the Tanchise, baby, the butterscotch boss.
Wow.
Paul, I appreciate the comment, dude. Thank you for Thank you for being inquisitive, reaching out about that. A lot of people, I think, have asked me in the DM and stuff like, oh, yo, are you bald? What do you do with dealing bald? I'm going bald. I don't give a fuck about talking about bald. Like, there's nothing you can do about it, dog. Like, once I just started realizing we're all made the way we're made, like, it is what it is, man. We're made this way. Like, all I can do is the best that I can do with what I've been given.
Yeah.
And if people don't like that, suck a dick. Like, I don't care. You know?
If your girlfriend doesn't if your girlfriend doesn't like your wiener size, maybe you should say, hey, maybe you should be hotter.
And I wouldn't ask her. That's the thing. Like, if your girl's unhappy with your dick or your hair or whatever, let her go find somebody else. Don't try to keep her around.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is all going to be gone, dude. She's going to be bald before it's all over.
Yeah.
Your girl ain't going to have no damn hair. She's going to be old looking like shit with cracked ass lips. So it is what it is, man. We're all going to be here. Find somebody that loves you for you. Mm-hmm. You do the same.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. That's what I can recommend.
I like it.
My man, Aaron Prohaska, AP, up next. He finishes off the comments here. Another dope cast, homies. Keep the gunshots coming. That's why I fired a gunshot at the beginning. Getting excited for football season and to hear more of your opinions on the upcoming season. That Tyreek Hill ruling is sickening. Coming from a Chiefs fan, I find it really hard to believe that the NFL and the Chiefs front office heard the audio clip that was played and nothing was done. I think the fact that involves a minor, so police and the media have to be very guarded with what they release to the public. Let's be honest, though. Tyreek pled guilty about beating the same girlfriend in college. Now it's just a matter of time before something else happens, and as hard as it is to say, maybe the Chiefs should just cut their losses and roll with their new speedster, McCole Hardman. Have you heard of that kid?
No, I haven't.
Dude.
Super fast?
Yeah. He's going to be, he's supposed to be their next kind of Tyreek Hill.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens. I mean, you know how it goes. Does it always translate does the speed always translate to on the field speed?
On the field,
Not always, you know. We'll see what happens. Not like it's going to matter with Mahomes. We're going to not like it's going to matter with Mahomes. We're still going to win the Soups.
Wow.
It's too bad Stringstein isn't going to AZ to work at StockX, but the EMT school is still pretty cool. Congrats on that.
I appreciate it, man.
TTF, what did you think of the Ibrahimovic hat trick last weekend? Reminded me of playing Fief at East Layton Pound Town back in the day when you used to run up the score on me. Keep on keeping it real, y'all. Love the cast and more with every episode. Hell yeah, AP. That was back in the day, dude. Yeah, we played a lot of FIFA.
Nice.
I did a lot of running the score up on him.
Yeah.
Vitzer did a lot of running the score up on me.
I remember back in the day, you and Tamor.
Oh,
Tamor
on the Fief. Serious. Gosh, I used to love Fief.
Serious tips.
Fief was the shit.
Well, you were into that when I first met you.
Fief.
The Fiefs and the Madden.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
I had to get away, dude, because I was getting so addicted.
Couldn't get shit done.
Dude, you know how I get.
You're trying to get them cards.
Yeah, for real. Madden Ultimate Team, FIFA Ultimate Team. Oh my gosh.
So it's a great idea not to bring it back.
Well, we don't have jobs now, so.
Oh, dude.
More reason not to bring it back.
I think we don't have jobs. Listen to this guy.
Yeah.
Do you have some info for us?
You
Do you have some sleeper info?
What?
You have some sleeper info?
I don't have any sleeper info
yet.
yet.
We don't have jobs. What are you talking about? You have some extra info that we didn't.
Is there something you need to tell the audience?
No.
You have some info before the next cast?
Come on, man.
No.
All right. Well, on that
info
note,
here.
On that note, stay tuned to TTF's featured footage in the Patreon. Dow's got some info. Then, on that note, as always, man, thank you guys for tuning in. We love the shit out of y'all. We'll see you fools Friday.